in the building. Here will be used for the newsroom. Here is where men will be putting pen to paper here. This will be used for the newsroom. And of course, we're taking you around. These are shelves where we're going to have all of our new facts and TV programs, facts, and all of that. And so we move now to this place here. And of course, here is where we will be using as conference room. Here is where we'll be guests. Here will be used as waiting room where our guests will be waiting when they come to appear on their program. They will be here to wait on their time. And of course, we'll take you around, we'll take you in the building to show to you exactly what is it. Here will be used for our modern studio. We will be using this place as the modern studio. So if you, wherever you are, you want to help us, you can help us, Liberia Public Radio, whatever you have, computer, air conditioner, whatever device or devices you want to help us with. You are welcome. We look forward in working with you. We appreciate you for whatever help you're going to give us to bring this dream to reality. And of course, remember this will be the studio of Liberia Public Radio. So we move in the next place, and of course, we will directly tell you what is ongoing here. So this place will be used for manager's office. This place will be used for manager office, and manager will be here, manager office, to discuss issues about Liberia Public Radio. And so Liberia Public Radio here, we have a lot of programs in Liberia. We have Inside Liberia Today, we have Spoke Word, we have a lot of programs that we will also bring to you on Liberia Public Radio. Be a follower, be somebody who is interested in one of our report, our information will give out. You are also welcome. You can also help us wherever you are, whatever you want to help us with. We appreciate you a lot, and of course we hope working with you for progress. Thank you so much, and we'll see if we can get out so you can see exactly what we're talking about Liberia Public Radio. And so we're on the air every time, breaking to you happenings in Liberia. So this is the little quote. This is where we will come and sit and discuss issues. When intellectuals are together, and of course they discuss matter. And so we're taking the camera around the building so you can see exactly what it is. So this is a step. This is our New York office. Here you will be preaching here, Liberia Public Radio. So those of you watching will know exactly what it is here. So you are welcome here. We are located at FDA Junction, and of course you take the Dusty Road going to the FDA authority, and of course you will get us. And we are just 1 minute to the main road, and so you will get us some food so we can do business together. So we'd like to say many thanks to you. We look forward in working with you as we open our new office. And of course, we also solicit your sponsorship. We solicit your sponsorship in kind, in cash, whatever you're able to help us with to make this building look the way it's supposed to be as an office. And of course, we'd like to say thank you. God's willing, we'll be back again. We look forward in working with you. Bye-bye.
All right. So Zane Sort of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to thank you so much to our many viewers, listeners, and followers across the globe. We have said on this network consistently that we would love to ask you to help, but it must be a genuine and reasonable reason for which you should invest or give your dollar or cent. Well, we feel we have arrived at this point. We are pleased to announce to you this is our new facility, and we have done everything possible we can to get this roll out. In this venture, to make news fair, balanced, and proportional, join us. Your help is needed now for us to have a civil discourse and national conversation for the good of our country. This journey in making sure the story, the narrative of our country, of our community are told and you are no exception to that. But firstly, I want to be grateful to the men and women that I work with, especially those in Liberia, headed by Mr. Mike Down. Mike and many of the others using him as the head of the institution. As usual, when it's good, it's everybody, but when it's bad, it goes to the leader. Mike has been a very hard-working, committed person over 11, 13 years being together. His commitment, his loyalty in terms of being a real person is unquestionable. I want to thank you so much for hanging in there. We have reached a consequential time for the survival of this network. And to the rest of the folks that came on board, all of you, your commitment cannot be questioned. You are not on salary. You have not been paid. And sometimes I feel bad when you ask for a little $20, $10 just to get to time and I'm unable to give it. It is not on purpose. But I want to say thank you for all what you have done. And to our many viewers, listeners, followers, relatives, friends, I am pleased to announce that Liberia Public Radio, not the first time, but we do have an office space now to operate as a network. LPR is a fully registered media network in the USA and in Liberia, by extensions with our bureau in Abidjan as well. We intend to engage aggressively in a safer context, making conversation fair, balanced, and proportional to all sides, all politicians, all demographic, in terms of keeping the conversation fair and balanced. Media, maintaining media is very costly. But we chose to do what we are doing. And so we have come to a point where your interventions is required. I'm going to outline three major basic points for which we are asking for this money. You know, I've been very consistent, very steadfast in things that I want to be doing and being very careful. And we refused, not that we never wanted money, but we felt that we didn't have the argument, we didn't have the point to prove why you should give me $10, $20, or $15. But now we feel we do have the argument. We just took an office space, 2 rooms, big sitting place, bathrooms, and everything. We intend to conduct trainings and as well. $1,800 for the month. That is for the year. We have settled that literally 90%. We intend to have 15 correspondents throughout the political subdivisions of our country. No one should be left behind in this sort of time, modern age that we are in. We have to reach out to the people. Morovia, Banga, that's not Auto Liberia. What's about rural Liberia? What's about urban Liberia? There are so many stories, social, economical, political, infrastructure, agriculture, health, all involved. We have to take the microphone to those people to tell us the real story. And it is you can do it. This Sunday, we'll launch an official fund drive to sustain Team Lpr. We have a budget of 15,000 been submitted by our team inside Liberia. And it was submitted in a very honest fashion. We have reviewed it, things to the need, and how to get started. However, some of those things can be interchanged with your gesture in terms of what you want to do, or we want to do. You can donate iPhone, Android, tablet, iPad, computers, camera, power bank, and all of that. They are all embedded into it. We have a monthly internet. I try to be a little bit details, giving the reason why your help is needed. The approximate cost is $125 a month. Over 4 years, we have been keeping that because we knew and we wanted to make sure that our obligations are fulfilled, and that is still being kept. It has to be restored. So, this Sunday, to all our fans, our viewers, our listeners, family members, people that agree and disagree with us, the donations is needed. Let's sustain LPR. Catch Zelle 682-433-8802. And I can tell you, we will do our best. We came a very, very long way, and there's no way to turn back. We count on you to realize this dream. We intend in the second phase or final phase to have an FM version where people will call in, people will hear in towns and villages what has happened in the country. We are not coming as a resistant force for or against the government or opposition, if you will, but we have come to tell the story, to tell the untold story, the narrative. And we see LPR to be a unique platform. We do not have the political backing, to the financial backing. And that's why we are what we are. Not that people not been reaching out to us, many. But we feel we must empower ourselves so that we'll be honest in our conversation. And that's what we are determined to do. That's the challenge faced by media industry, not just in Liberia, but in third world countries. Because the media practitioners, they also have family, they also have, obligation to sustain. We are aware of that. But I just want to say thank you to those folks, especially back home, who are making these enormous sacrifices for the upkeep of this network. And there's no way that we can kill the dreams of those people. We are building the institutions that will lead to generations. And I do know sustaining institutions is one of our challenges and weaknesses in our society and community. And we must do that to change the narrative. The contributions, the donation is needed today. And that will go a long way. We are a fully registered media institution. And we keep those core values. We run an official website, but we keep those core values. I have a committed team that I can count on, that I can trust to get this work done. We felt that we should take the baby steps required to come to you, and we think that we have done enough. And this is why we are making this honest and public appeal to you. 682-433-8802 is the cash app and Zelle of the Liberia Public Radio. It's Lpr-Tv management responsible for the content of this message. Thank you for sharing. Good evening. So, want to welcome all our viewers. Lpr, are you hearing me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, I want to make sure here my microphone. Okay, all right. Good evening. So, want to welcome all our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am Afonso Zain, so of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. This is a special edition. It's a very special one, personal for me and personal for some of you guys as well, because we have been here for quite a while. We have come a long way and we are in the process, no turning back into what we do in the media industry for the good of our country, our community, and society. And as we did that, let me just first of all say, we say welcome. If you are listening in Liberia this morning, in the USA, Europe, or any part of the world on planet Earth, we say good to have you here. If we did not reach out to you personally in your DM message or whatever it is, it's not on purpose. It's not late. This is it's the first day today. And so we are obligated to give you an insight of what we want to do. And that is why we display some of those visuals to see exactly where we are going and how we intend to push forward with this network. For 12, 13 years, 2011, February 10th, 13th, the official, this network got established. And so we have come a long way. And I want to say thank you to the most liberal on this network for his support. Sometimes he's a pain in the neck. I'm not going to go there here, but his support for this network and supporting the administration cannot be questioned. So I want to say thank you, and we say happy Easter Sunday. Unfortunately, I didn't go to church today. It's because of the doing of this America, this country. Sometimes, not even sometimes, it regulates your activity. And you have no choice because you have to sustain yourself. But what is more important, to keep it in the heart. This is day one of the fundraiser, starting now to the 30th, and they will go on. And we do believe that we have an argument now for which we have come to do what we are doing. We have not done that besides during major events, or give out here, this and that. I'm not a favorite of throwing cash out or Zelle out every night because we do not want to take the gesture, the kind hearts, the benevolent hearts of Liberians giving without a justifiable reason. That's how we feel. We are not saying those who are doing it, they do it the wrong way, but that's who we are and that's what we feel. And for 11 years, one of the first internet stations, there was no Facebook Live. It used to be how you call this? Is a conference interview
We did an impact during the Ebola crisis. We're privileged to interview the country representative, UN's representative at the time, and we saw what happens. The Liberians that was affected with the Ebola virus, we created a conversation, genuine one, with other network doing theirs, and there was a huge intervention by the Liberians in the diasporas and other places. But now we have done what we're supposed to do. We put roof over our head, and that is huge. For the network that so far does not have any political backing, now that they don't want to reach out. For a network that has reached out so many times to political, to both oppositions and the government. But the politics of Liberia is so much selective. If you are not part of them, perhaps most likely you will be strangulated, you will be ostracized. But notwithstanding, the men, women, analysts of this network in the USA and in Liberia never surrendered their courage, their zeal, their commitment to keep the conversations of the country. And so we are here every night. LPR is not a summertime network. Politics turned, the surface after politics, you go to bed. That's not who we are, and that's not what we represent. And so we have been very, very much consistent. And so this is day one. I want to be bringing in the labor here, but try to give insight for those who have not had a chance for us to have this sort of conversation. And I want you to listen and listen well. And you must be convinced of what you are giving. You have the right not to and to give. And we're going to even put the link here if you want to come on virtually for us to have an interchange or whatever it is. And it's not only money we are attaching to this. You listen to our correspondent, and we have made the argument we intend to have 15 correspondents, and probably more, considering some of the big counties to have over 2. They name power bank, they name unlike phones, good devices, they name tripod, even backpack, because we want to protect, we want to preserve the property of the institution. They need cameras, they need digital cameras. All of these things are embedded into our network. Oh, wow. Sister coming in already. The door is open, and I'm going to announce that. So you can give in any forms and shape. We'll even be glad, say, oh, we can give you this power bank, but we'll be a little bit choosy and selective as to what we want. Not because Pepper Tree is behind the house so the baby can cry when this baby needs the water. Libra, am I going too far? I see you, Sonny, you're looking very uncomfortable now, and that's not what. Tonight, let's be peaceful this week here. Let's be peaceful.
It's not possible. It's not possible to be peaceful with you on this platform.
Okay,
And
please.
so
Okay.
the audience expect genuineness, not because we're here asking for asking folks to join us, and that doesn't mean I'm here because you're praising me and saying no. I'm not here for kumbaya with you here tonight. But it's not about us.
Okay,
this
please.
is about
please.
the show. Please go ahead.
I don't want to get into fighting. It's Easter. This is what. Do you read your Bible at times? You know what this day mean? Please, so tonight. So, like I said, we will appreciate if you say, well, I have a maybe extra unlike phone, and it's just lying down somewhere there. It is a donation, of course, and that can go in place of catch. Your name will go into LPR archive tool as a donor in the buildings of this network. And so the number there is 682-433-8802. And at the end of the day, we will come to tell you exactly as to what we arrive at. And so for those
So
of you that we don't reach out yet, we will reach out to you. And if we do not even reach out, just call us. We are fine. Whether we agree, we disagree, it doesn't matter at this time. We're taking a holistic approach. It doesn't matter whether maybe I bash a political leader at that time or whatever. Look, it's all about Liberia, the survival of the country. What we are doing is to make sure we have a good and good country. But go ahead, Liberal. Let me come quickly.
so Mr. So go ahead. Go ahead. I gotta take this call here. Go ahead, please.
Okay, you want me to get you off? No, go ahead. Just me. You can mute the mic. So it is what it is. So we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe under the sound of our voice. This is the first day, day one of a fund drive to keep this network. If you're in Liberia, James, Joyce, the man, Prince Job over the boiler's room. Thank you so much for what you do. And so, like I said, it is it. If you want to come on virtually, so we'll also put a link here. We can do it. But tonight, I'm just want to announce, no, we're just basing strictly on the future of this network. That's what we want to do. And so, we're going on in Nima, we're going in Burkina Faso, we're going on in Casablanca. We're not going to go there that much. But we
Oh,
want to empower this institution to make sure that we have an extensive conversation. Yeah, go ahead, Libra.
so Mr. So, thank you very much. Let me add my one or two cents onto this. Um, and I can just say here very frankly that most Liberian, many of us, what we're doing here tonight is not something that we do willingly or with pleasure. These are difficult things to come in public, and most Liberian, they can be hungry, but to beg is not something they do. But this is not about us. We will put our feelings aside. We will put our proudness aside, because what we do here on this platform daily, it is not for a specific section of the country. We come out here, we debate issues. We come out here, we disagree with issue, but we give you information about our country. And hopefully, we're always saying that you have the right to disagree with us. And many of you have done so. But at least we give ourselves a room to have a nightly discussion about our country. So that as you drive to work, as you move from one point to another in your life, you will be. I will zip it. I will zip it. Walter Carter, goodbye, good night. Thank you for coming. Good Walter Carter, thank you. We appreciate you coming back. Good safe trip. And you look Liberia completely. You look like you're coming from Liberia. I can see Liberia all over you. So that's good. That's good.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Deliver.
Welcome.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Deliver.
So
CEO,
yeah.
how you doing?
Good to have you back. Welcome back. We will also get a little G's. You from Liberia, like somebody from UK, man, or some sort of European country. Wow, man, good to have you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome to you. Let the labor carry on.
So Mr. So, as I was saying, so when people come out here, we come here daily, nightly to have a discussion. We use this platform as a way of some people use it as a way of venting. Some people use it as a way of trying to put information out there about our country, because we have had other people who will come out and suggest to us how what are some of the things we need to do to get this country moving forward. And so tonight again, my brothers and sisters, we come to you in this light. As Mr. So have already stated, we have chores to carry out. And at this point, Mr. So and the LPR management have put us in a position where we now can come to you and say, can you help us get X, Y, and Z? Because we have we put these things together, even though it's by ourselves. But at this time, coming to you, I think we are at a very good point to come to you, and I will hope that many of you that will call in tonight give us a helping hand and LPR is a program. And way back when we started, and this is some of the things that Mr. So used to say to many of us at the time, and that this is not about money, but it's about the country, and we want to serve the country. I remember when we started, Ashford the Giant, Ashford Galley, the Giant, used to be on here on noontime, lunchtime, and he would play music and also give information as Actor Galley would do. A very wonderful, wonderful young man as well, who helped to promote LPR as well. So we want to also say thank you. But at this time, we are the specific area, my brothers and sisters, and if you can afford, we ask you to come on board and help us move this thing forward. Like Mr. So is saying, we want to have correspondent all over the country, and so that we will be able to report to you. Let me give you an example. At one time, the Gibson Gerald that you always see on the other platform and what have you, and he was a reporter back then, and he wrote a story. There was a guy that was killed in between Total and Nico, and he gave the description of the description up to now. It still sit in my mind, like I was there when this thing was happening. And those are the type of correspondence we have now among these young people. They go out and get the news and then report the news. As you have seen here from time to time, Mike Down will come at night. When it's night here to us, it's real late over there. But Mike Down will come on from time to time and give us news as it is happening in Liberia. So I will once again ask to please get on. Let's get your donation going. Mr. So also stated it doesn't necessarily have to be money. This is a media institution, so we use camera, we use a phone, we use lighting conditions, and all those kinds of stuff. So whatever you can do, we will appreciate it. Mr. So, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's welcome our own analyst, our own based in Connecticut, the newly independent voice added to this network, Mr. Walton Kessler.
Mr. So, I don't want to be suspended as a board chairman if I don't say these few words. I want to say here publicly that Nathaniel Crypoor, we call him Che Consular, and Che Consular means somebody whose fingers are very, very good in connecting things, and that's who he was. And we also want to say Mazula Gizi, who has another program this afternoon, part of this LPR family, Ellen Jeru, part of the LPR family. I just want to put that out there before I shut my mouth, that these people have been very, very much involved. Nathaniel Cry, the main brain behind the LPR itself. He's still the station manager. He doesn't like to talk, but he does the work. And I want to appreciate that. Go ahead, Mr. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, and I, we said that we're not, but the bottom line is everybody been doing very well. This is time consuming. Sometimes we are all exhausted. Even the analysts, people come from work, we're running and coming to get this going. So we want to thank everybody, except now we're going to take it different. We're going to do it differently. Those who are in the habit of cutting people off, not allowing people to talk, and we are full grown. I'm just saying things. I try to be, very honest here. We got to get all of these things.
Say you don't want confusion on a beautiful day of LPR, but now you're gonna come and bring issue, and then when the liberal explain to you why, now then it turn to something. Let's leave the liberal out.
Leave that. I didn't even call your name, so why are you doing?
Well, because you were talking, my hair going boo 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 on top of my hair going boo boo.
Well, some of our good people, they already start sending in, and we will read, and I would say it's an ongoing process. But let me just welcome Walton Ketter. Ketter, thank you so much. In fact, when Ketter was going to Liberia the other day, I think it was just like literally he sent me a text, almost a day or two, day to go. I'm like, oh my man, why he didn't tell me? Our guys done that. They need something, blah, 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 blah. He said, oh, okay, but I have a brand new phone. And just in that time, our correspondent in Mount Gibby County uh, his device was having issue, and I kept postponing, trying to figure out to get money. He said, "Oh, but just give me the card number." And guess what? Carter took a brand new phone, unsealed, just how it was bought. When called this gentleman, he came. He said, "Oh, I'm here with Mr. Carter." He took this phone, and now if you see the breach somewhere, like he been doing a lot of, if you go on the page, Facebook page, there's a breach. I told Helen how to build, and that of Calasco and all of that. Young kids, Flomo. So, Kato, I want to just say in this public manner, thank you. You kept your promise, what you said you were going to do. You went there, you followed through, and he got back to me that the device was delivered, and he's more active now. But welcome back. I miss you so much. The other people was in asking. They didn't care. What were you? Your surface, they are in shock.
That
What
doesn't
are supposed to
mean
do?
when you are on my show, I will still give you 30 seconds. I just want you to know that.
Okay, let's just welcome Keto, and then we'll try to acknowledge those that I started giving already. Keto, good evening. Welcome. When you got back?
Thank you, thank you. I got back on the 12th, but I've been going through some serious family sorrow. And I lost my aunt, and so I was just kind of a quiet. It was sad. It was sad because I went to Liberia. She celebrated with me my birthday, made a cake for me, and I had a dinner for us. No sickness, even though she was old. Um, and she passed. When I got
Wow.
to the airport, I got the news that she died, and I was like devastated. So I mean, let her soul rest in peace. And but my stay in Liberia was very, very rewarding. It was awesome. I met the young man. I invited him, came, we had lunch together, and I, gave him the device and stuff. He was happy because he drove from Kakata to where I was and came. I'm like, wow. But I mean, it was something because we do a phenomenal job here. LPR team, CEO, the laborer, people in Liberia listen to the program. And I was surprised. I met a couple of people that told me, oh, this the kettle from LPR. Hey, I gave back 2 hard time. I said, yeah, I had Jolobo.
He didn't medicine man. He didn't medicine man for part two.
I said, I said, but I try to hide myself from the people when the people still recognize when you go there. I said, I won't get it for the politics. You gotta like shoot yourself. I got it for too much. This man can't hold my head. But anyway, yeah, it was quite a wonderful time. I didn't really get to watch the program while in Liberia. Um, I was running after different stuff. I mean, it was good and bad because while I was there, and then I got the news that Zolizo Tapedo, you remember Tape,
Yeah, yeah.
he passed, and it was so shocking to me. And then I went out also visited my cousin, and when she passed in Ghana, brought her body back and buried. But I mean, I had a great time in Liberia. There's nowhere like home. Um, this time around when I went, the streets in Monrovia were relatively calm. Traffic was flowing freely, and I mean,
Former President Wakai.
Please, tonight here, please.
I I would acknowledge here that even though the police, and they are very heavy-handed on surveillance in the country, but the police is doing a phenomenal job, at least keeping the traffic from I believe SKD Boulevard all the way to town. The road is easy to apply. I mean, drive to. Unlike when I went the last time, I couldn't even drive. I drove from Ralphie all the way to Monrovia by myself downtown, and it was something that I really enjoyed doing. So yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I saw in the country that was impressive to me. In the city, you could drive, nobody going on the tail lane, everything was okay. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be with the
Mr. So,
family.
can you put the link out now?
Happy to be with the family.
I'm gonna
Um,
put it. I'm gonna put it in the chat room. In the room. So please put it up.
Now on the chat room, let me see here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the
The link is there. You can just click on it.
Man, I don't want to touch you this thing here. Don't can't I let you how to do it. So this is where you're gonna go. It's already here. I don't want to, okay, it's on the other side. I want to make sure my cash app is received. Say it's on the screen there. All you need to do is copy and paste. That is to say, you want to come on by video to make a donation, to say something, except you're not going to stay, just make a say here. But in the meantime, in the interim, while we were having this conversation, few contribution came in already. With Moses, our own LPR analyst from the liberal state of Delaware, also sent $100. Already received that. My own sister. You see, now your sister, I say my sister.
What make you think when you claim that will call me out? I was sister.
The woman, no, not your sister. Your sister in Kenton, the woman who got me here to be running my mouth.
I was sister.
Yeah, no way. Then your sister will give her own the money. I was this Rita. And because I had a card, I talked to them. Even if I didn't tell them, I know my family, and there are many of them was surely coming. I just received $150 from Sister Rita as a contribution to this network. And of course, Venetia's cover just sent $20. That is huge, very, very much huge. And so we are looking up to many of you. We say this is day one, so you can listen to the conversations. We're going to be back here and under the programming. We're going to do that. And basically, this money that we're collecting is going to be used for the purpose. If you see this here, let me just see what I can put here. This let me see. I don't want if you see the picture of this here, this is almost the double pack of U-Haul bags, right? These are all materials, different stuff. You see, these are cables, monitors, computer, tripods, and everything here, more than one. And I close also in here because I don't want to look neat up here. Come here, Lord, neat. Liberal in his Abuja gaunt, and everybody look neat. And we have our guys out there too that they just go any kind of way. No, that doesn't represent the true image of the network. So we are doing everything possible we can to support them. So these things are already on share, except that I don't know what the bill going to be like, but when you can't, the board chairman is here. When the car was sent the bill, the lady that they already been shipped, with other office supply, they already been shipped. We send them will be good. So, folks, it is what it is. That's the lane there. If this is the first time, and to tell you, the correspondence, people has reached out to us, to me, from Grand Crew, River Says, Grand Bassel, Sino. We have people already in Maryland, Cape Mount. These correspondents, that all of these little cities, they have reporters. I mean, they have this station. We need to go out to get these on Toll Story, and they are reaching out. They've been reaching out. They are on the standby. We're going to connect them with the team in Liberia. Mark down, going to do the conversation with them, and then eventually we finalize it. And the reason we're not be bringing them, there's no need that you bring people on board and you can't, upkeep them. And so we told them that we want to. Okay, so there you have it, Mr. Wotton Ketter, our own just studio here. I will donate $100. Thank you so much. We're going to mark it here as well. I mean, just coming from Liberia, it's not easy. So thank you very much. So we told them just to hold on, to give all little time. We want to get an office in Liberia, to organize, set up, get everything, and then we can eventually start doing the recruiting process of all of these correspondents, folks that are willing to come in. And part of that is to bring in the new generation for the good of our country. We can't continue to do this. This guy is old now. I'm still managing with him, but as soon as we get things, we can eventually put a retirement program in place and honor him while he's alive. So then people come in. We will not stay in the city until for the life of the Lord.
Mr. So, Why you want to honor him? What you doing, Liberia? You're not doing nothing there. What we honoring him? We're not honoring him. We're giving you a
You
good soup.
honor me because I'm the liberal on this show.
We're giving him good. Let him eat good soup. Red is.
Le Morea, you come from Darama, basically you come by here.
So, see, and that's it. And beyond that, I don't think we will be asking, but I don't think it would be a good strategy for us to. Oh wow, this is unbelievable. Let me. This song I was playing this song. I gotta give a shout to this song here, and I will ask the liberal to give the interpretation of this song here. You see, I'm a traditionalist. I'm a son of a paramount chief. And so we believe in cultures, not to the liberal way of doing stuff here. But I liberal, listen to the song here, and I want you to give the interpretation. Hold on one second. I think it's. Let me stop this here, and then I will bring in the flash of the donation that just came in. Lepra, you listen to this song?
Yes, I did.
For the benefit of our follower, those who don't understand the song, can you tell them why?
Well, simplest gift so that your name will be out there. With the person who gives, the person who take your hands off of stuff usually get a reward. But if you give, your name is out there. People who give, their name is out there because then the community know that you're giving, and so they start naming people who usually give to the cause of the community. So that's basically that's the
Artists, they are very special. They speak, they sing in parables, they're talking. There's something I try to I see I gotta see I don't know I want to go to some kind of class here quickly.
Well,
It says,
who can speak more? Who can interpret crown more than me in the Grand community? Eh?
Okay, he said, and I want you to put in the English because I listened to that part, which was very, very much interesting, for which I'll play this music here. He said, "Now and say more your What do I mean?"
Well, usually when you're traveling at night, you usually have a touch. But when you're also going on the farm, you take the steak that that the woman used to cook the night before and the fire stay on it. You don't throw it down while the fire is still on it because you will need it in the future.
The Liberal Progressive. This is our PR. Day one of the fundraising event. I will be right back. This is day one of the fundraising event right here on the diaspora.
So let me ask you now, let me ask you, Mr. CEO. From this point on, you already giving us the time for fundraising process. How do you? What are the schedule now? Do we come on after certain time? It become fundraiser, or we do fundraiser before the show before we come on? How do you do this 2 hours that you have given us on a daily basis? How do you want us to split the 2 hours?
And this is where whether you will continue to be on air, and this is not meant to intimidate you. This is where
you already started. Oh my goodness.
This is what it's good cattle is back. So when it comes to
Mr. So,
voting,
Mr. So, look at the writing. Look at the writing.
yes, and that's what
Oh,
I'm coming.
goodness.
And this is what I'm coming to. Very, very, very much emotional. I am putting
Wow.
so
Yeah.
one of our prime time. I mean, everybody
Right.
important. We miss her so much because she went through a very, very, very time. Uh, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, Esther has a strong follower. And by the way, talking about that, I just received $200 from Mr. and Mrs. Clark. Just less than a month probably ago, they just laid their daughter to rest. If I can remember, I think since then, just seeing her appearing here, this is very special.
Mhm.
Uh, I would want to say thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Clark. They just sent a donation to the guy of $200 to
So,
this man.
Mr. So, for me, yes, money, I say thank you. But just to see her name on our post again, it's thank God, thank God. Of course, we have she and her family now, but to have a name here on this night is a very special one as well. We say thank you, Madam Clark, and your family. We'll continue to pray for one another. But these are
Um,
emotional times, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
we,
so,
yeah, go
so
ahead.
I would also like to say thanks to Mrs. Clark. You know, I appear on the show. She has been one of my supporter, my biggest fan on the show, and she gave me the motivation to go hard on the Libra. So, Libra, thank you for recognizing that because you know that's another dose of your Jolobo there too. I know when you see her sometimes you kind of a panic, you in panic mode, and it is all right. It's good to be afraid. Just admit what you trying to say right now is you're afraid. You see her on the show again, you have to recognize her so she can go slow on you. We got it for you. I can't do that from that girl. Mrs. Clark, we are here. The Libra will soon retire.
You know, let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you the little secret. You know, after every show, you know, and he's concerned. He's a very, don't get me wrong, the liberal is a very nice guy. But when it gets in his head, I didn't know that Mrs. Clark is, he said, yeah. I come here, oh my, but what can I do? I said, you can't take your Fatu. She is on my side. You can't do anything. So I literally, if right now, you want to get some juice to drink because you're having a heartbeat by seeing her here today. And we are very, very happy. We are glad. You know, it's touching. We're very, and we intend not to kind of resurrect those sort of old story. We want to
But
see.
but
Yeah.
the way she coming back, the way she coming back, she not coming back just because she our sister, all of us. She will make sure.
When you start being your sister,
He's looking
you
for
have
the
you
to
have
that.
you have Fatu, you have Fatu. Whatever you does on this network, bad or good,
I told you,
Fatu
Fatwa,
will
come
tell
in.
you, Fatu will tell you, you should put me in the back. Can you imagine? That's what the catcher, you was in here, that would have been telling you, put Mr. So in the back. He got 1 second, he got 2 minutes. But anyway,
Tell,
I'm
tell
happy.
your, tell your
I'm
man.
happy. I'm
Tell
happy.
him, please tell him mathematician to come on the show tonight because he bucking in the background. Yeah, he killing me with some stuff.
That the people are being dealing with here. You know that he also gone with a liberal. This is unbelievable. So, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, we want to thank you so much
Yes,
for
yes.
this, and I'm happy to see you back because, and everybody, you won't even believe. I mean, people who didn't even know. You know, a lot goes on. There's some of them being like sending messages and all of that, and I tell them, "Oh, I'm sorry," and stuff like that. But again, you know, you're a strong woman. You and your husband. For the first time when we met, and it was a really, 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 it was a wonderful, it was a wonderful time. The receptions, the welcome us. After everything, we went to the hall, we ate, took pictures and everything. And I mean, I saw the real
Mr. So, let me say this here very quickly, madam. thank you. We've all been praying for you. The entire family, LPR family, has been praying for you. And then to see your knee out here is something that we're very happy about. And we'll continue to pray for you as well. I also want to say this to Sissy. Sissy, I do have a Madame Swakoko video. And she was making some statement, but the audio, they muted the audio. But I do have the video, Madame Swakoko.
What's
The chief.
we are fundraiser?
I just want Mr. Sissy Koya to know that.
Yeah.
And
So
that video was back in I believe it was 1926.
19 what?
1926.
Okay, we don't want to dilute.
She was the Parliament chief.
Whatever. We don't want to dilute our program here. Let's keep the spirit going. And like I said, folks, you can call this number and give your feedback. And like I said, it's not just only money. We get these power bank. We have, stuff that you can donate. And just to make it easy, just in case you want to donate something that you want to buy, we can give you the address as well. And then you can just, if you were, for example, ordering it on Amazon, you just come to us, and that way we can just package everything and just put them in the bag, in a barrel, or whatever way we want to send in, and that's credit still goes to you, and we will announce it. So just let us know whatever you can do, and we'll be glad if you did. And like I said, to many of you, friends, family, followers, it's not on purpose. If we are not reach you, it doesn't mean we will not reach you. To just maybe you are just unaware of
I ask you a specific programming question. You still have not answered that.
What's the question?
The question was, you give us 2 hours nightly. Now you're saying that we're going to continue with the fundraiser here until the 30 or whatever time you give. How do we do this? Do we come on first half of the show geared towards the liberal view, and then the second half go to fundraiser, or the first half go to? How do we do it?
And so, yeah, what I'm going to do, and I know you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I have to say it because I have a job to do, and there is no way that you can interfere with it. So for your program, because I know you love your Tabata, and we're not going to take all from you because right, Keta, child, you don't take everything from the child, and that is a punishment itself. So your 2 hours, management going to divide that into two, right? It will divide that into two. You have 1 hour to talk your Tabata, let everybody here go, let everybody here hurry and take migraine tablet, whatever it is. I will try not to even listen that. I will try to close my ear to just organize myself. And then you have 1 hour at least to talk about that. What's that? Is that sounds right?
The board don't agree with that. The board don't agree with that. But that's something the board gonna have to and since on this one, since they're gonna be my deputy board chair on this here.
So why I get it back. You see, sister now wrong here campaign anyhow, and then now remove Jerry. Where is Jerry tonight? Wow. You see, I told you, right? The guy, he's out of A here. So, but I can tell you when I'm on here, my ultimate goal here, to get it going. And we just need to give more insight. And don't even, folks, even if you want to give, you also have the right to call in to ask whatever question you want to ask.
So, Mr. So, this house that we have now in Liberia, I know you stated something earlier about internet. What's about the lighting? Are we also responsible for the lighting?
Who to pay a Liberia?
Mr. So, I'm asking a question. Are we responsible for the lighting?
Okay.
And the reason I'm asking is because usually LGC will say they're bringing you wire to the pole, but you're responsible for the wire from the pole to your house. Those are the kind of things.
So what we will be responsible. Personally, there's electricity in the house. There's a meter. There's a meter there. We are having I don't want a situation where you want to meet your mic. I don't want to have a situation where we're going to have it's good, and that's why I told them that our landlord we will keep engaging with him. That's why any little contract, we give it to him to do it. So my understanding, as far as I'm concerned, there's electricity, there's a meter, they have the system where you can do recharge. My understanding is in his name, but I want it to be in the name of LPR, and we must take custody of it, take responsibility, so that we will charge and not just something, but there's electricity. We will be responsible for our own.
So is the landlord gonna be responsible for furnishing the house, or LPR gonna furnish the place?
What? What do you say?
Who's gonna furnish the building? Is for LPR? LPR is it already a furnished building, or we're gonna provide the furniture ourselves?
Ketra, you want to answer? You want to answer this?
Mr. So, you're the CEO. I'm asking you to do your job.
Mr. Toe, when
So
you
what part Ketra play here now? What Ketra have to answer my question? I'm asking you now. Is he a deputy here tonight?
Mr.
Hey,
Toe,
yeah, appoint a deputy. So what made you? I can't appoint deputy.
when you rent an office space, you supposed to furnish your office. You bring your decks, you bring everything. As far as the internet, you cannot run the internet with all electricity. So electricity will be there, and you get a Wi-Fi to run your internet because it needs to be plugged into the outlet. So I think the fundraiser, I just would like to talk about the fundraiser.
Yeah,
I suggest that it be an ongoing stuff while we conduct our political commentary. We can leave the link out there and always announce it every like 30 minutes into the show, that people should not forget, to continue giving to LPR, to that, keep the program going.
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense because we also want to keep the people engaged into what we want to do. So, liberal, you know, your way of thinking, maybe you need to move to Massachusetts and be with Elizabeth Warren, or go to Vermont, Bernie Sanders, and where you think there's free thing. There's nothing free in Liberia. So to answer your questions, furnitures, and let me just tell you, even the material that's sent, you won't even believe. One of my managers, maybe I'm just saying this, I would just say literally it was a giveaway. The coach, I think, I send that picture in the chat, right? I would say giveaway because the amount she bought for that coach and the one that I paid. I told you the only problem I have with my team, my folks, for whatever reason, I don't know what they really see in you, and most of them they are fans of you. And I know some of them watching. Even my own director right now already says send the link. Send the link and the monitoring. And I'm quite sure, I'm positive we're going to get something out of at the end of this day here. What people need some sort of comprehensive, some detailed information as to why they should give. And this is why I believe all of us here, we have been very, very, very much, beside all of us putting in our personal, nickels or down. We've been very careful here because we don't want to be saying, before people help you, you got to help yourself. You don't want to go call wedding meeting, you not get her, you don't get no ring. You need some sort of comprehensive,
You gotta mute yourself.
and this is
James,
why I believe all of us here, we have been very, very,
James, you gotta
very
mute yourself.
get I fix you something. Okay.
But Mr. Stowe, let me say this here. Let me say this here.
Yeah,
One of the
go ahead.
No, the board don't let you to end your statement most of the time. The board. One of the reasons why we're asking folks to help us now move this to another level, from my perspective. For example, and I hope these people named that I'm going to be calling will not be embarrassed. We have the likes of Sister Goy here that will be fiery in his explanation. But not because he's fiery, but his explanation are so simplistic that many people in the Busakola area, or in the barracks area, or in the lowland of Liberia will understand that. we have a security analyst, two of them, and they will come on here and give us information about security implication with different topic of like what is happening in Liberia. And they will try to, whatever situation is, what are the security implications for our brothers and sisters back home? And these people will do their best to give us the information. We don't agree with them most of the time, but they come out and tell us what are the security implications. We have Walter Carter here that will come up from time to time and vehemently disagree with us. And sometimes he will agree, but when he does that, when he disagree with Sisi or anybody else, he gives his own reason. And Liberians all over will follow that. And this is what we're saying. If we have these kinds of stuff, for example, the building that we're going, well, that we have now, most likely when this situation is done, that we are able to generate fund, the place is going to be set up. We can have some of the government officials that are responsible, leadership position. We can bring them on board in the offices, in these in the studio, and have a conversation with them on a Saturday or even on a Sunday, and have a conversation with them where you, Liberian diaspora, will most likely have an opportunity to be able to ask these government officials. We could have still done this, yes, but when you do this, you're asking the man to stay in his house where he will be much more comfortable and give you some tabata. But if you bring these people into your studio, you are pretty much asking them that this is a very serious problem, a very serious conversation, and the Liberian in the diaspora will be able to ask questions where these people will be taking this seriously. And these are some of the things that we're trying to do here. So many of you that were asking to join and contribute, please look at those things and help us to move this goalpost forward.
Yeah, Keto, you want to elevate your camera a little bit? So because okay, Wilton Keto just sent his $100. I just want to acknowledge that. And now we're going to be going online. Some of the comments, people who have concerns or questions, whatever and you have the right to ask any questions. Just ask whatever question you want to ask, and we will answer it. And there's a question here from Fatu. Let me just see and put it up here. Mr. So, we will be responsible for the monthly payment too. No, this is not, I'm not sure what you're saying, but it's not like a monthly payment. That will be our obligation. And let me just say that we don't want to put cap on the head now, but this is not something we will end up figuring out at the end of the day how to sustain this process, which is very much important. And I'm going to be coming to that. And part of that, let's welcome Mr. Akwet, our senior contributor analyst based in Waterloo, Iowa, and of course, Mr. Terry Collins, quote unquote, rescue tool by the labor. I think he feels more comfortable now. Terry is here because the medicine man kept her here, so he's been getting a little bit nervous. So that's not what happened. Terry, so okay, let me just see here. Okay, that's it. So that's not what's gonna happen. You're not responsible. Somebody microphone. You get a background talking, then you have to. That's not what's gonna happen. We will come out. We will try to figure out as to how to sustain this process, and this is where we're gonna have a conversation with the team in Liberia. We intend, as time goes by, to have an annual fundraiser, annual like a dinner, Lpr annual dinner, banquet, dinner fundraiser, or whatever. And part of that, it will be used to give recognition to many of you, professionals, individuals. Sometimes you do your thing quietly. It can be a market. I'm having a background noise. Somebody having a background noise. Is that coming from you, Terry? Yeah, I think so. Okay. To recognize people within the community in our various states. Some of you get farms, some of you get businesses. Some of you live and volunteer to go Liberia. Not everybody, always come on Facebook. I do that. Some people like to get their things done privately. And we will be out there and talk to you, our follower, hey, what's going on in your state? There's organizations. And then we use that time to recognize, to appreciate people for what they do for the community.
So, Mr. You keep saying this here. Those people that are going to be recognized, as you say, which is a good thing. How those names coming about? Who's sending you the names for them to be recognized?
You see, you're not listening, Papi. You see, you're not
Because
listening.
I
This is
also
one of
like to be
these things.
I also like to be recognized immediately.
Immediately,
Yeah. I want to be the first to be recognized.
until we operating a junta organization here immediately. Don't joke.
The board is interrupting the show. That's
Yeah.
the problem. Why you interrupting it?
So, yeah, thank you. I just got a message from Fatu. Fatu says she's going to send her contribution, her donation. Fatu, thank you so much. I mean, it's just without you guys, we can't just be here. So, I mean, that would be part of that because we don't want to wait our Biblical Terry and Mr. Akwe in. This sort of idea when someone is there, then you see the community come together in huge number. Oh, he was there. Oh, she was this. When somebody could have had that thought to give recognition of your services or what you've been doing in the community, that has not happened. And we want to do that. I mean, this is a long way. This is the first phase. We get $1 billion. The second phase to get our correspondent in the 15 political subdivision, and a big one that will actually prompt this sort of annual fundraiser where we're going to be doing different things is to is the FM transmitter. We need to get FM. I'm coming 1 second. We need to get an FM transmitter radio. Let me recognize one of our own correspondents, Paulina Cooper is one of our own national correspondent, is based in Liberia. The up at this time, where's the time in Liberia now?
So, Mr. So, let me ask you this: since we're doing fundraising, is this entity does it have a 501c status? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. We I-501c and
is there entity duly registered with any state or federal government?
It's on my hair. He want to see the show, but you're not to do it. Liberal Progressive, we add register on the federal level, 501c, we register with the state of Rhode Island, the Secretary of State, the business registration as a non-profit entity, media entity in the USA, not just only in the USA, but we also fully register.
The reason I'm asking this, especially the registration process, because I remember one time where you, Nathaniel, and myself were on the radio. I mean, not on the radio, but we were on the phone talking. And then you remember, I think you were on your way somewhere going towards Connecticut or something like that. And you remember that indeed the registration was going to be expiring and you wanted to go and you turned around and went back to the state capital area over there to take care of it. I remember that, and Nathaniel and myself was just laughing about it. I thought I'd bring that up as well.
Oh yeah, with every year, every period, I just received. Let me see, a contribution from Mr. The Rescue 2. Let me just make sure of this amount. It's 75. Am I correct, Mr. Collins? You want to unmute? Yes. Okay. 75. So okay, it's a little after 9. I think I agree with Keto. We're going to be talking we're going to talk about Liberia. It's Liberians here listening. The numbers still going to remain out there. They're still in. Mr. Collins, thank you so much. I just received this amount of $75. Hopefully, before we come to the end of tonight, we announce what we have, and so that, out of transparency, because when you try to come out in the public space to do this thing, you have to open up, and whatever we do at the end of this period, we'll do it. But like I was saying, bottom line, at the end of the day, we want to have an FM transmitter. There are a lot of stations waiting to relay. There's a good and there's a bad side. I don't want us be in the middle of people relaying because I've expressed my view, my opinion, and it doesn't go with the core value of that network. Obviously, myself, I can do it. I can cut. If you not go with my policy, I can cut you off. So we don't want to do that. We want to stand as an independent institution, and that's exactly what we have been doing. So we'll keep you posted of all of these things. Let's welcome. Let's have some of the conversation. But let's welcome our analysts, James Akwe and Terry Collins, both Minnesota and out of Waterloo, Iowa. James, good evening. You got to unmute.
So good evening. So and Collins and Thompson and Ketter. And you said it right. And if we if this institution definitely will continue to live up to its true meaning of the brain behind it, it's important that we all govern under support, and trust me, some form of contribution will be coming from Waterloo, especially as we drag towards elections within the community. And I'll even make some contestants to a PAA where they'll be able to talk. And again, we'll put it up to them, and they themselves will be able to say exactly this is what we are able to do for the LP, for the Liberal Public Radio. So yes, I mean, the vision is great, the dream, the vision, the ambition, of course. We all just need to come together to do those things that will push this initiative forward. Collective venture is going to do more. Brilliant beginning and great job to all of the brains again, Mr. Toll. I mean, each time I listen to Libra, I see some time and I say, oh, yes.
Why would you want to start with the Libra?
It's important to start from there. I listen to
the
historicity of the background of Liberal Public Radio. And I wouldn't want to believe that you can discuss it, moving on and leave out Mr. Toll. We'll come to you, Mr. Soul. Yeah, we'll come to you, Mr. Soul. Great job. Yeah, great job as well. And
this is ridiculous. Are you kidding me, James?
Yeah.
You will leave Mr. So and go to Mr. To. We know the collaboration here.
So, we have to start from up there. Then we come to Mr. So. I mean, it's a wonderful job. And trust me, sometimes when we leave,
let it have their way.
Sometimes when we leave from here, and Mr. So, you may not believe the kind of calls we can get. Oh yes, we listen to you people, but we love Mr. So because Mr. So can be striking you people and the supporters of Boakai and the rest. That's the beauty of this thing. And, not everybody will be there, to run with certain narrative. But Mr. So himself understands so well that President Boakai is doing excellently well when it comes to the development of the country and when it comes to people are happy.
Your time over. Your time over. Your time over. Because you're trying to take the thing aside. Let me bring in Collins. Mr. Collins.
Yes, sir.
So again, in this part, just kidding, James. But I want to thank you so much because we've been a very long way. I know every time you used to be behind the curtain calling and counting questions here and there. Until one time, I just send you a text, but why you can't come here? You so much informed, and why not join? Say you're going to take a talk, you're going to take a, talk about it. And as God have you volunteered.
So why you want to claim credit for the Rescue 2 being on here? I have brought Rescue 2 and he decimated the CDC right here live on TV, and then from that on the audience wanted him to be on. So give me credit.
No. I don't want to go that way because you want to start confusion here. We are speaking to all demographic at this time here. That now you're something here. But I just want to say this to Mr. Collins. We do really appreciate coming out here 2 hours leaving family time, abandoning, sometimes leaving jobs sooner and come and hurry. It's not easy. That itself is giving back, all of you. It's the same way with Mr. Goyer. He called here, I think there was a program here, he called in, and from there I said, what? Because I was just all out. But part of that was to take the heavy load that was on my head dealing with this old man here, two of us here, giving all of this headache. And so I wanted to bring other people, but not knowing I was raising some alligators to come and eat me up. And yeah, bro, and talk to you, you end up going to him. So, but anyway, that's a good. But I just want to acknowledge your enormous contributions and all of the people, Dr. Toto, and even our own Pa George, who is now with us now. We all know what he's going through. He announced that publicly, but we still keep it. Yeah, we keep it in prayer. With us, Cotto. Um, uh, where is Washington at? Where your co-host, the fire co, the man go on strike, you fire, you go. But Collins, good to have you. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. So, welcome. And to the panel, to Liberal, to Mr. Akwe. I think Aketo admitted that he had a good time in Liberia. So it means that the government is doing well, but it's okay. And all of that. I just wonder, he looked very normal G. He looked like he been eating some tteokbokki and from Dofa County. So it's okay. We can see and know that the old man is working. But however,
Yeah.
Liberal, you muted.
They want to use your own voice.
He look radiant. He radiating. You can see his face. The Monrovia is still in him.
Yeah, that tells that we did a good job, But yeah, we are all embarked on this LPR journey. And thanks to LPR, to the hard work from you, Mr. So, you and Liberal, to be on here, the both of you consistently on time regularly is not easy. I don't know if I can do that actually, because I too have my little podcast, but I can't make it to be on every time prompt like that regularly. The consistency is great and awesome. And we pray that this network, we will be here to support anytime whatsoever. That is not all. Anytime we have our little, we will chip in now and then, every now and then, to make sure that the network go to where we want it to go, because we see that the news here is worth it, worth dissemination, the professionalism, and all of that.
And what I really enjoy on this network, the mutual respect. When we say here, we talk it is done. Nobody easily just throw something at his or own colleague here. I mean, the mutual respect and the passions, the folks in Liberia. You won't believe most of them, other people call them, they want to hire them, they're going to pay them. But they say, well, you know what? We want to have our own. We've been with this institution for years and years, and those that even came, some of them using their own devices. Come on, I can't even do that. Using their own devices. So, there are a lot of things here. It's not just only the money. So if you want to give just, material thing, let us know. You can give that. Like I said, the power bank, we want to have like a jacket, and we get the same with number as well. We do have an account, even though it's not up to date in Liberia. If I say not up to date, no money inside, but we try to maintain it to keep the minimum balance. And the important aspect here for us to have roof over our head. We have denied ourselves. People been calling in. People want to tap into what we do. But when people take you from in the street, if you're like a wandering stranger and they put a roof over your head, when politician gives to you, that's another sign of commitment. Let me be in their house. When you bring it, you didn't take me from industry. You came to my house. I invited you on my dinner table. We had a dinner, and you do what you want to do. There's no way you can tell me go left, go right. But when they take you out there and put roof over your head, then more or less they're potentially going to regulate your conversation. But let's shift gear now and to see what is happening. Today is what? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is elections in my country, right? Yeah. So Keta, you just, what the old man want to say again?
Can we have audience? Let's leave the Nima business here. Can we have audience to call in?
Yeah, but it's part of the something. What do you mean by let lead the name of that? Why the people, that's the conversation. We are hard at something. The number is, that's the same number, the 682-433.
But I'm not in a good frame of trying to disabuse people here tonight on their ridiculous idea that they're gonna try to unleash on us here tonight. We would defend it, and so let's just raise the fund and let's lead in my business.
Why are you walking back their own thing again?
Yeah, Mr. So at least I mean those I mean contributors can be able to call, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, the number is that's the same old number. That's the same number, 682. If anybody you want to call, you want to say something, you can call. And I'm gonna be calling in here. That would be ridiculous. Breakable. It's time for us to break the knot here. Mr. Trokon Latro, good evening. Good to have you here. And I'm quite sure some of you are waiting for Friday, payday, which is okay. Today is the first day, so we're not going to panic. We're not going to, scream that much. But the beginning is pretty good, and we have reached out to people a lot. And some said we have not even reached out to them, and so they give us, we receive contribution with it. But just in case you just have a second thought, or you have an idea, you have a suggestion as to how we can enhance the continuity of this network, feel free to call. It doesn't necessarily have to be you giving money before you call. So let's see. Okay, let me pick up my own line. Okay, we have Aaron, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Somebody having something playing in the background. Okay, Aaron, good evening. Welcome.
How you doing, Mr. So?
Good.
How are you guys doing on the show this evening?
Good. Happy Easter Sunday.
Yeah, happy Easter Sunday to you all too. I know we talked the last time about it. I got you this week, okay? I got the number and I will send my contribution. I promise you. Absolutely. I will do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask a question to Mr. Toll. Mr. Toll, if you claim that Terry decimated CDC on this platform, I know it was the debate that Terry Marcel had. That's what you're talking about. Some of us don't have the time to come and sit on the platform 2-3 hours every day. So hands up to Terry if he can sit on the platform every day, but that doesn't mean that he decimated CDC, okay? If you want to do that, Terry Marcel can have a debate and we can call judges, independent judges that will sit and analyze the debate and say
what do you mean by independent judges? What's about my judgment?
Can you give me a chance to talk, please? Thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you, Mr. So.
Player, thank you so much.
No, but listen to him. He wants to have another debate, but at this time he want to have an independent judge. What's about me? I made the judgment.
You're independent?
Of course.
You're very biased. You're not an independent person.
Aaron Bradley, no, let me just say this. Aaron Bradley, on a very serious note, when I open my mouth about you, it's a joke.
I don't know why I can think that.
So Aaron, you know me by now. When you and Terry, the conversation you guys had was very enlightening. It was very informative. It has nothing to do. When I come out here and make this statement, especially when I call your name, I will make joke on it. So please don't take it serious. Nobody decimated you or CDC. Let me make that point. Go ahead, Mr. So.
But Mr. So,
and
in the first place,
to Esther, the husband here would know. I mean, once it comes from you, it comes from the family. When it comes from him, it comes from the family. Mr. Dennis, of course, I've not reached you guys, but hey, you get the information. Mr. Doe, right here in my own ocean state of Rhode Island, Trocons, I don't need to say it, and all of you, even if this is your first time, we just say it, Nelly Root, Joy, if this is your first time as well, we just want to welcome you and feel free. Ali Youth, good to have you here always. Yeah, go ahead, Keto.
I mean, I just wanted to put Mr. Toe on the defensive for now. He said CDC. He said Terry decimated CDC on this platform. When we look at what is unfolding in our bureau,
look at, you see, Fatu, this is Mr. Toe would be the moderator for that. Can you imagine? You leaving Kasali with goat to come my
But
wow.
that Fatu, what you expect me, Fatu man? What you expect?
This is
That John Papa was this still on John rather? Who you think like John? No, but on a serious note, Mr. Toe, there's no way Terry can decimate anybody here. Terry is a preacher man, want to be politician. He know his left from right when it comes to the whole politics. You understand?
Oh my goodness.
We see based on what we see today for almost 2 years in our society, nobody can trust Terry's decision. His decision to even tell somebody say we'll lift cook our hand in a play, no that waste.
You can't be serious though, because you just got back from Liberia, and a few minutes ago you told us you did good. You told us that Liberia is good. You told us that from how to call it, SKD Boulevard all the way downtown, you drove with no hindrance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Carter, that was the prediction of Rescue 2. And you're going to tell me that he's unable to decimate you and your CDC? This is the guy who... No, hold on, Carter. You need to be thankful. You need to be thankful to Rescue 2 for even bringing you and saving you. You said you were not like that. You yourself told us Liberia were not like that when you went back this time around.
Give me a chance.
So, please don't.
Mr. Toe, let me tell you something here. This is the reason why we are called the independent. We don't preach falsehood. What we see, what we say. I said Monrovia. I said from SKD Boulevard to town, the roads were all good to drive because you don't have a lot of motorcyclists running up and down pulling the tail lane. That's what I said. Did I say the entire Liberia was good? I didn't tell you that. I said Monrovia. So what I saw that what I said. But I'm telling you, for Terry, anybody to believe Terry decimated CDC, then that person must be dreaming. Because look at the thing they pour on us today in our society. Look at the disgrace that happening in Liberia on the world stage. You've got a left hand or purported or a speaker. You got a president who, when they call him to the podium, he running away, going to his car. They got to haul him back. Don't get me started yet. I'm just coming back tonight. Mr. Toe, go ahead. Mr. So, go ahead with the show here.
Yeah, so that's it.
Tomorrow on my show, you just go ahead and take a breather. You have a leg jack. You want to rest yourself. You've been flying. You still have the issue of trying to orientate yourself. So we'll give you one more day. Stay away from our show tomorrow, and we'll give you one more day to rest yourself.
So let me just tell you now. That your habit of telling people to stay away because you want to get away with some ridiculous stuff is not going to happen. All of these things will come to an end. I'm saying the liberal, and you can gather all of the votes. You will not gather for the now to create another black on this network. If you think you want to be Samuel Koga, you will not get a black to create another network here. So the number is out there. We still want to continue. Let me welcome a friend and brother, Mr. Jefferson Gray, right here from the Ocean State of Rhode Island. Is here. Good evening. Welcome. Nora Swar is here. Yeah. So Terry.
Yes, sir.
Any vision, any dream, anything so far?
Well, you can't say man, thing can be correct. So
are you not reading the right Bible?
I'm not big. I don't get vision like that, Mr. So prophecy and all of that. But They wanted what we can give directly as a revelation have been given, and a sitting president who claimed that he was a pastor. He used to preach, he used to prophesy on a pulpit. He went to Israel and all. They call him heaven sent. There were prophets in Ghana, Nigeria, who prophesied that he will win the election. We were faced with a heavy challenge, a guy, a president who had the national cake, who is alleged that he spent over 52 million to win an election, and a Cuban president. We sat on this platform and gave a revelation and said that he was going to lose. Did that not happen? So, I don't have to say anything. The records are there. The videos are there. One good thing about Facebook, this history is kept. And I was not the only person who said it. There were other spiritual leaders too who saw the vision, saw the revelation. They said it. Some of them came on the network and confirmed that. So,
but he Carter himself told us that you're wait and see day after tomorrow. We got this thing under control. This thing is in the bag. He kept told us that we can bring that video up.
All the people came. Kev Hassan came. They defended the candidate. They said he was going to win the elections. When we stood our ground on a very difficult election in the history of our country, the most popular figure in our country, we stood our ground. We were definitive on our position that we were going to win, and it happened. Then you stay here talking. What you get to say, brother? You don't have nothing to say. When it comes to leadership now, that's a different scenario. Leadership, and you sat on the platform. Your first word you came from your mouth when I was listening to you driving, coming home. You said clearly that you had a good time in Liberia. That alone tells us that the old man is doing well. Because you confirm it, that it was good. Then you're trying to switch it. Oh, Maria, I pray that Mr. So cut that clip because it will be there.
I
will. So let me just tell you, you're waiting for me to call that clip.
Oh, I will call it. While you are President Waka, I will call it. In fact, it will be my opening now. It will be my opening line.
And gentlemen, look, I mean, the writings were just on the wall. The defeat of Weah, was just so glaring, I mean, it was so clear.
So yeah, what we're going to do, this is not a liberal conversation.
So clear.
There are two things here.
Missing editors, leaving the country for over 40 days.
I'm coming, Mr. Akwe. The fundraising is ongoing. Let's keep up to the political, what is at stake, what happens. I don't want to go in the past. Let's focus what is ahead. And what is important is ahead now. The NEMA race is quite interesting. I don't know why the Labour is trying to run away from it.
No, because I've already told you what the result will be. I'm a political guru. I'm not here to play around. I told you already, Coca going to win the election. Now, if Coca winning the election, would that improve the lives of anybody? No. Coca winning the election, is he bringing anything fresh on the table? No, because he got nothing to offer. But many Liberians do not want anything fresh to offer. That's why they're leaving the lady. That's why they're leaving the lady behind. They're voting based on culture and tribal line. Coca gonna win the election. But what was gonna happen? Nibadians, when that election time comes and go, they're gonna regret of not bringing that beautiful, good mind person who have planned for Nimakande by leaving her behind.
So the thing here, what I want us to talk, because there more or less is a bigger picture too. It's not just only NEBA. From all indications, Unity Party, the ruling establishment, is deeply involved. The vice president, all of water and sewer manager, Lpr-Tv was going to make sure petroleum products are in the time, but everything is going on. But what I'm saying, is there any political risk involved with respect to the involvement of Unity Party? Is that something like a fear with the COGA, something, what could possibly happen if the vote turns around? Because I'm not sure why you're putting it in a red line that is all CO. It's elections. We saw that happening before. Not just financial violence, you can do it, but when a voter goes into the booth, they have their own thoughts. There can be change of mind. There must be something that we appeal. We don't know yet. Terry, who is really taking a risk here? Hey, Saturday, good to have you. Welcome. Happy Easter Sunday. Terry.
Well, I think the pressure is on the government and Jeremiah Kuhn to win this election more than on the opposition and Edith, because if he don't win these elections, and by the way, to what his name, I think Keto or one of them said, I live for Kogahen. Where you saw me living Kogahen, I said I support Edith. I said I suspect, and again, that is not a prophecy. So don't go be running around and say, "Oh, Terry prophesied that the men are going to win." Blah blah blah. No. So this is a risk. This is a risk for Jeremiah Kuhn, and I like the way he came all out to speak to his people, to speak to the Mayan, and to campaign for his candidate. That was a very good thing. The opposition got nothing to lose. They can sit back and look at the whole process, but then again, the challenge will be in 2029, because these elections are deciding factors for 2029, and everybody knows that. It's a hidden secret. So it's very, very important for Jeremiah Kuhn to pull this off, because if you don't, it will be clear to the Liberian people, and that is what I want. The reason why I want that, I want for the government to position herself. I want for the opposition to win, because, which I doubt it might happen, but if the opposition wins, it will send a signal to the government for them to straighten themselves, because there are many mistakes they have been making over the years. And this is where some people will get problem with me. Some people that they have been making a lot of mistakes. So I would like for Edith to win, to balance power. I want a balance of power in Nima. I want for the spell that Prince Johnson have over Nima to be broken. I'm not going to support the tribal politics that is being preached and propagated in Nima. I want for people to be patriotic on the basis of nationalism and not on the basis of tribal politics. If we must be on the platform to change the trajectory of the paradigm shift of our people, we must be able to tell them the truth, how they can effect change. In as much as we support JMB and all of that, we do not stand for what is wrong that have been impailing the society. But this, seditions will not say during the time. That's the difference between us. That is why we are independent, truly independent. Yeah, I don't support tribal politics, and people can be patriotic, and that is why many people don't understand. People can be patriotic on the basis of individual. People can be patriotic on the basis of party affiliation. People can be patriotic on the basis of tribalism, and it is inherently clear in our society that most of our elections are backed by tribalism. So if this particular thing, if either pull it off, the spell of tribal control will be broken, and we will begin to forge a new trajectory in Nima County.
Let me bring in Akwe here. To everything, there's a downside to it. We see, and it's everywhere. Every government does that. They will use state resources to prosecute, to execute their case, their political will. Here, with the presence of the vice president or the superintendent calls, I think this one would be a favor of the Liberal, because he's always in the sort of traditional thing to want to make today's happening with traditional thing. The superintendent loudly publicly called out, say, hey, this job, it came from a warrior, it came from a deal breaker, so issue goes back to the men. So Koga seems to be the projector guy now that is taking the place of let me bring in Moses here. Yeah, Moses, good evening.
Good evening. Are you guys still in the group?
We still on. I'll send the link.
Oh, I am so sorry. We're on the air, right?
Yes, we on now.
It's 9:50. It's too late now. So
Yeah.
call me when you get off, please.
Yeah, but I think,
go ahead.
but thank you so much. I did announce to the group of your contributions. 100 as a matter. You sent, I think you sent down Friday for some reason.
Yeah.
I didn't even just pick it up today, and I saw that. But thank you so much. Yeah, and it continues. So yeah, but we really do appreciate that.
That's okay. We're gonna do it. It's our thing. We're gonna do it.
But Sally, your man Liberal was throwing you under the bus here this evening.
You kidding me?
I'm telling you. Liberal say Liberal done what you and Liberal announced publicly, on that Jerry Barker is no more a co-host here. Guess who he picked? I thought you were going to be, you said, I said Goya. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
So,
all right. I will get him later.
Okay. Then.
I will apologize to him. I'm sure he will still give me
all right. Okay. So James, let me just bring you in here.
Yeah. So you see, you see, I mean, Nimba is just another vote-rich region. Second to Moserado. So I mean, it's not going to be an easy fight, and it will be called a scramble, for supremacy ahead of 2029, as my brother Terence already put it, and throughout our politics, we always, we have been observing that. I mean, the vice president will always go on top after the president, and the rest of it. Even if now we do not know that Jeremiah Kuhn is going to vie for the presidency, but that has been the path in our line. So he's not going to sit there, to take, the second vote-rich region, especially where he comes from. In our Liberian parlance, we normally say, if your house does not sell you, the street is not going to buy you. The street is not going to sell you. So Jeremiah Kuhn too is fighting real hard to, in the end, tomorrow, like I earlier said, we always see that the vice president becomes, the next president. When the time reaches that, oh yes, Mr. President is out and we are eyeing the vice president, what will people say out there if he loses the vote there in Nimba? Will they now say, but that man is not able to win an election, I'm coming? Will they now say that this man is not able to win an election there in Nimba? And what? I mean, those are things that will be projecting out there. So if I was Jeremiah Kuntu, I would definitely fight just as he's doing, to make sure, doing everything legally to ensure that I have to, that I secured it. The voice of the superintendent, it's part of the politics interplay, these are political positions. You don't expect that they all sit there and remain mute, and the rest of it. You expect that they will fight, and this fight will be real strong. If you observe, the United Party has deployed all of its big guns there in Nima County, the SG and other party heads of other executives in the party. Why are they doing this? They want to ensure that they capture this particular seat. This is the second right after Moserado. They have thousands of voters. And you expect that people will sit there and take it lightly? No. It's going to be, earlier I thought it was going to be a real clash of the titans. But we are beginning to see today that this fight is being eroded small, is reducing. Other people losing the fight ahead before the midday. Yeah, even before the midday, we're beginning to see that withdrawing small, not technically coming out to say, oh, I'm not going to contest, but we can see, because you can see for the the CMC party, how, he was almost abandoned by his own people. Today, we can reduce that race to Una Samuel Koga and Edith. We can only reduce it to the both of them. And you don't expect that, the ruling party is going to sit there and someone just come from the blind side and capture this thing. No. So it's going to be, I mean,
Thank
a
you so
huge
much.
fight, an elephant fight.
Thank you so much. And to all our viewers, those just jumping in, we're still in progress with our day one fundraising event. The number is 682-433-8802. This number is both on Catch and Zelle. Thank you to those who have donated and people who's taking that into consideration. Kato, let me just bring you in
And
here.
Mr. So let me just squeeze this in. I mean, I'll share the show usually that I do. All of those now you're watching from Waterloo, Iowa, yet the Cash App is right on the screen, 682-433-8802. I see the man Emmanuel Gui is watching, others, the Cash App is there. We're trying to raise funds and support for the Liberia Public Radio to sustain this thing. Please call, visit the Cash App and be able to do something. Thank you, Mr. So.
Thank you so much. Kato, something I kind of try to wrap my head as, I don't know whether you still are reactions or seditions or whatever, but you say you're a converted guy, which is okay. But Ida Gonglowe came out publicly during the last elections and took a political risk. And
He just threw you under the bus, and I will deal with that.
I love that question going to Keta. Yeah, I love.
we are always open. We're not like you, so just Kato can handle it. Kato no can. What I'm considering here, I was wondering there could have been the pivotal point in this process. George Weah he got a base of the young generations, whether people like it or not. And I've said here repeatedly, CDC invested a lot into Nima County, but for some reason they were unable to articulate to prosecute their case against Unity Party. Now, this is a second chance. What is the fear of the former president to roll out in Nima County there and perhaps possibly to have campaigned with Edith Gonglowe? That did not happen. Our understanding, they're giving all of the support and everything, but a physical presence to speak to voters in the last minute that people could change their mind. What is the fear that he couldn't do that? What do you think? I mean, personally for you.
Mr. So I don't think it was a fear. I think it's a strategy. CDC told the base in Nima County or the people of Nima County that they had three opposition candidates in the race, and they told the people that they were going to, you go out and you can choose any one of them and vote. And so the position, is low. We're not going to just put our support behind one person. We got three oppositions in the race, and there are people that we can count on. So let the Nima decide. CDC, the Congress of Democratic Change, gave them moral and financial support after they saw that Edith Gonglowe was making waves in Nima. So they gave her their support. I think there was a donation made of if I'm mistaken, $60,000 from the former president towards a campaign. We saw other party executive, going to Nima County. But one of the things we're not talking about here is the gross violation of our Constitution in every form. And I see my brother James, the liberal and the pastor want to be politician on this platform. They're not even talking about it, right? When you see cash violence taking place in an election, when you see government official that's supposed to be carrying on the duty of the work that they were hired for, running political campaign, you ask yourself, what were they saying a few months ago by laying people off because they were associated in political campaign while they were working in their capacity at the time? Why Mr. Akwe, James Akwe, is not speaking, a reputable journalist is not speaking to that, is because of hypocritical stand they have taken, deceptive stand they have taken to undermine the democracy of our country because of Unity Party. And it's sad. These people blasted CDC, President Weah, for violating our constitution, the code of ethics, and everything. When they said people were doing the government job, left the job to go and run campaign. They were involved in political activity, so they were fired from their job. Joseph Waka did it. Today, we see the chairman of Unity Party, the secretary of Unity Party, who is a government official, going to Nima County and speaking on behalf of the president, endorsing a candidate in Nima County. We're not talking about that. But this will soon be over by day after tomorrow, when we see Malangonglo, who has changed the political climate in Nima County. What she did, she mobilized the people. She she sanitized the people's mind by telling them that she's the better candidate and she can deliver and put Nima County on the stage that Nima County is supposed to be. She has broken the spell of Prince Johnson and non-Nimadians. Edith is now the talk of the town, to the extent that you have Mr. Koga dishing up money to people.
Okay, let's take this card. Let's bring in Joyce. Joyce, good evening. Happy Easter Sunday. How are you today?
Happy Easter to all.
Thank you so much. Good to have you
only
here.
thing, listen to the program is going good, but I only came to answer my own question. There are many ways to support a person in a race. You don't have to be there in person. You can take a physical cash, you get moral support. But for the former president not going there, I will not blame him for 1 minute, because if the Unity Party can make a public announcement and say it's a threat to democracy in Liberia, he got to secure his life. Because his life is important. He got children, he got a wife, he got a family to take care, he got all those people in the world are depending on him. So by not going in my country, I 100% agree with not going there. Because a coca can say on the radio and tell people, I know how many would carry 10 motorbikes with 2 or 3 persons on it to kill somebody, and they still mean, and they still passing in the center for you to get a job. Whosoever in my country, they kill people, they kill citizens, they do anything. George Weah left is a threat. And they can take the cost security from beyond George Weah. He is not going in the public to go run no campaign that will do mistakenly. They will say mistakenly somebody shot him. The money, his voice is enough. Therefore, thank you. My contribution will come later.
Okay, but wait. Okay, thank you so much for that, and we appreciate that. Oh, I wanted to ask out. Is that here saying they took security from George Weah? They took the security?
Oh yes, oh yes.
You mean?
It
mean,
took,
outside.
they downsized them and they gave him some old security. He told him he don't want them. He wanted people that he wanted to.
Mr. So, let me come in here.
How many security the president is going to get?
Mr. So, let me come in here a minute. Yeah, the question you asked Walter Carter, he's not going to give you the truth answer. He will try to first of all skirt around and beat around the bush and then come up with a ridiculous statement. If you feel the party is violating the rules, take them to court. The court is there to interpret. If somebody violates the rule, go to court. Don't come here and come cry about it. That we see me look like Supreme Court judge.
Mr. So, I was on the floor and Mr. To cut me off.
No. Let me finish.
Let me finish your turn. I wanted to answer the call up.
And let me just say this: the man who played football for years and years, and then he can't say, "Oh, the ball coming to me, I will use my 2 legs to score goal." Did he do that when he was scoring? When he made a decision, I'm going to use my left foot, 1 foot to score. I will use my right foot, 1 foot to score. But when it comes to the one, then he say, "Oh, you know what? We got plenty of people. Yeah, go. Who else want to vote for?" what an indecisive leadership that is coming from CDC. But I'm surprised. And that's why Liberian told CDC, go take a rest. Go take a rest. Look, Walter Carter, let me tell you this. CDC knew very well they have more than one candidate in the race. If that is the case, you have a meeting with them. Either you esteem from the whole process and say, you know what, we're not going to participate. Our people, whoever they want to vote, that's fine. But we'll not even make that kind of announcement. One. Or you come out, you are the only opposition, as far as I see it, the strong opposition to this government. That many Liberians were looking up to you to hold the feet of this government to the fire for them to do what is right. But you are so indecisive and you want people to come gravitating towards you. We'll find somewhere else to go. If we can't go with President Bakai, we'll come to something tall. Because you guys are ridiculous. And this is what I keep saying to you. Good luck coming back. When President Bakai is waiting on moon, then maybe you can come back. But this is on a very serious note. You have politics that is happening, and you say you are unable to make a decision. So people should vote. And then that means, as a political party, you don't even have a voice. The CDC that we know, when they open their mouth, they don't spend fasting for t-shirt. The people love CDC so much, they go and buy their own t-shirt. But they are unable, on their one knee, and they are unable. This lady who sacrificed herself to endorse President Bakai with a heavy risk in Nima County politically. And President Bakai could not stand publicly to say, I endorse.
All right.
And then the last 2 minutes of time, then you come in do it, then you tell you captain of the team. What team that one? The River Set team. Samson.
Okay, let's take this phone call. Which Kata you will respond? Let's go. We are already out of time. We'll be wrapping up.
Mr. So, that's my wrapping. I will say thank you very much, and I'll say good night to you.
You run away now. You want here. Let me bring it. Tama, good evening. Happy Easter Sunday. Tama, are you there?
Yeah, I did it. I don't know where from me.
Yeah. The message your call coming. You run here. You gone. You not. You kidding. That's
those guys are afraid of the strategy that were deployed.
But I mean,
the CDC deployed a strategy to destroy the vote in a stronghold of Koga. If Koga is supposed to have 1,000 votes over there, with those Kennedy, all of them, Gio, and whatever, as they see it, will be broken down to maybe 60, and he will lose 400 votes.
What is a guarantee? What's a guarantee?
600 votes.
What's a guarantee for that? I mean, what is a guarantor for that? I don't understand it. Let me be honest. This strategy, it needs to be simplified.
Yeah, fine. Let me say this. The guarantee is that based on their analysis, upper and lower Nimba, Gio and Mano Nimba. Now, if you have 4 or 3 Gio persons contesting from the same region, the Gio is going to divide themselves. They're going to follow their people, their candidates. So the support will not go one side. And still, it is going to have support there too. So instead of 1, will be 4. 4 persons going to divide a vote over there. That's the strategy. And then you go to the upper part, wherever the Mano side of Nimba, It's a battleground.
I don't know. Okay.
Because they have only one candidate. They have only one candidate in a minor region.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let me ask that caller one question, please, Jay, before he leaves.
He knows that they are fighting their battle. So he come and just talk tabata and run away. But he will not keep running.
I brought
the
him.
result is 2 days. 2 days for him.
But guess what?
From now,
Guess what? Guess what? I brought him back. He listening to you.
Yeah. He can't keep running. The result 2 days ahead of him.
Yeah, one question, please, for the caller.
I'm not sure. Yeah, man, let's give our opinion. You don't want a question, he give you own. Okay, Timad, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, man.
You say you want to ask him question?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone want to ask me, I think I can answer.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, he's talking about the strategy. So what do you make of, I mean, the decision by some youth within the youth wing of the CDC that as a result of the strategy, I mean, they were confused. I mean, they were leaving to transfer their own support to Samuel Koga, and as a result of that, they were suspended. What do you make of that?
Did you see them in the campaign of Koga?
They were there.
Where? Which region?
They were in Nimba, and they were in Nimba campaigning for Samuel Koga, and according to them, they were confused because
which area, the Nana or the Gio region?
Yeah, Jeff, hold on.
Question.
Okay, I think we'll allow our it does require follow-up, but now our people speak their views.
That battle cannot hold ground.
All right, thank you so much.
Look, the Prophet Key scenario destroys Samuel Koga. I can tell anybody. The Prophet Key scenario, it destroys Samuel Koga.
Can I answer guys a question?
The
caller.
Samuel Koga. Trust me, those two persons, they destroy him.
Okay, let's just take one more. I mean, that's part of the interaction. Mr. Collins, please.
Yeah, so he said they planted 2 other candidates to destroy Koga's vote because maybe Koga is a Guillaume. So that is he saying too that it will not affect that only the whole Manon belt is going to vote for Edith and no Gio person will vote for her? Is that what he's saying?
No.
What kind of logic is that for you to support 3 candidates in the race against one candidate and thinking that it's not going to spoil the both candidates
guys
are the most popular?
We are out of time already. We want to keep within the confines of the time. The fundraiser will continue in the week. I believe the Lpr is on tonight. We're considering what's going to happen Tuesday. But yeah, but Tom, I'll make a final point before we let you go, and then the analysts will make their closing statements.
Yeah. So one thing I see that Nima should do is to vote for Edith and save millions of dollars for development, education, development, health, development, roads, construction.
Okay.
That is my message.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. We know we want to continue. It's after 10. It's 10:14 Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you so much. We'll allow everybody to make their closing position and a statement, comments, and we will wrap it up from here. We want to thank our viewers, our listeners, and the audience, followers, and those that have contributed, those that are still considering to contribute, but they need a little more information. We are also at liberty. You are at liberty to call us to answer the questions you will find necessary before you put your dime or nickel into it. We will highly appreciate that. The cash app, the Zelle number is 682-433-8802. Having said that, let's go back on the live view to get our live final take-home message. from our folks. James, let's hear you first. Let's do it strictly 1 minute. Like we said, we are already out of time. Keto, are you with us or are you still in Liberia?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
They may still enjoying the sweetness from Liberia. And so yes, I do believe that the Unity Party has an aggressive agenda to develop the country. And we're talking about the blueprint. And under that blueprint, I mean, it talks about roads rehabilitation, and it talks about sanitation. And just think about those things that will, foster development and unify the people. If you look throughout within this aggressive agenda, which costs, I mean, is more than $8 billion, and as a result of the cost, more than $8 billion, the president is seeking, support from donors, from, I mean, the United States, United Nations, ECOWAS, and the rest of it. So it's something that Liberians embrace, Liberian love, and in the coming years, trust me, Liberians will be much more elated. Liberians will be happy as a result of what this aggressive agenda is going to do for the country. And that's what I want to end on that. Thank you so much, Mr. So.
Thank you so much, Keto. Let's hear you.
Thank you, brother. So I would just like to disabuse Mr. Toll about why the opposition is not going to court. The first thing, the ombudsman cited something to the Unity Party-led government that people in the government they have violated the code of conduct. What Unity Party government official did was to take the very ombudsman to court to justify or to tell them why they cannot be in government at the same time be part of a political party. And then you say this opposition should take government to court because of the violation over there. This government came to power, violating the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. But you guys don't talk about it because you brought this old man to us, and shamelessly or shamefully, you guys see the failure of this old man that you guys cannot talk about. So everything that is wrong, you close your eyes to it. And it's sad because all the things that you both frown at doing President Weah time is exactly even 10 times what this government is doing. And you people cannot speak about it. But look, coming to the election, it's a strategy I told you people that CDC deployed in Nima County. And one of the callers said it right. Even Koga camp start to complain to the Nibadians that people want to divide the Gio votes. That's why they got Garrison Yelu in the race. And Garrison Yelu, both of the Gio people are going to vote for him. It will cut down Koga's vote. You got the other guy, the Mac guy. They're going to vote for him. They're going to cut down Koga's vote. And so when those things happen, you got 3 Gio people running the race, and you got 1 Mana woman running the race. The Mana Bell going to vote. Don't forget, the Mandingo vote going to go to her. Some of the Gio vote going to go to her because she has become a vibrant. She has become a leader. But Koga denigrating women in Nima County to say women supposed to be on the back or in the kitchen to be cookers, not politicians. All right? Talking about his tradition and all that kind of stuff. It kills the morale that Prince Johnson had in Nima County. The control Prince Johnson had over Nimbali to tell Nimbali, say, you vote this way, you vote that way. Kuka does not have it. His utterances has damaged his reputation. It has killed the momentum that Prince Johnson had in Nima County to convince Nima County to vote one way. This election will determine 2029. And this is the strategy CDC deployed.
This is the strategy CDC deployed. Terry Collins, what's your contradiction to that?
Yeah, I think that's a false way of applying strategy, and none of the CDC hierarchy was present to endorse Madam Edith Gongo Weah. None of the officials of the party was present. It is alleged that the former president gave her money, but I think it was done under the cover of darkness. He did not show face. He did not even pull her hand up. They just pulled someone away, Wani Boto picture with he and her, and they say, oh yeah, we endorse her, this, that, which I think that was a flop. And you're talking about, oh, you put the other person in the race, the person will win, blah, blah, blah. Prince Johnson, I think, supported a Gil candidate against Yan Twine. Jeremiah Kuhn supported Yan Twine. Yan Twine was from the Manon Belt. And Yan Twine won the elections. All right? So, if you say that you're putting in 2 Gil people in the race to shrink Koga's vote, you must also take into consideration that there's a possibility too that those people can also shrink Edith Gongo Weah on a votes too. This is not a one-way street. So that is silly, because the 2 people that you see popular now, they are the ones, if either of them happen to win the elections, they need all the votes that they can handle in order to win. And this is the reason why I base my analysis on the basis of history and also on the basis of present events. The reason why I think that I'm supporting Edith is not, even if she loses the elections, my conscience will tell me right that I supported somebody who was not pushing the message of tribalism as compared to Jeremiah Kuhn and Koga them. So if I support Koga them, even though I suspect they're going to win, then how can I now preach against the message of tribalism in the future? I won't be able to do that. So even if he will win, it will be history with judgment that I stood up with the person that was saying the right thing. Because I don't think that message they're preaching there, that vote for Koga because we want to balance power. In my opinion, the Geo people been ruling that place for many years. Prince Johnson and another Geo person were there for many years as well. So what does it matter if we have 2 Manon people leading the Senate in the belt of the Sunday? I thought that was the counter message that Edith Uno group would be carrying, because that particular politics Jeremiah is preaching is divisive and is based on tribalism, that we must have the right to occupy the seat because we got 1 Manon person in the house. I thought to myself that message is divisive and is trouble. And I think that based upon that message, there's a possibility, because our people are polarized with tribalism, and Jeremiah Kuhn went for the exact thing that the people want to hear, and he anchored it. And that is why I suspect and think that that Koga is going to win. But I'm not going to stand with that kind of message, because it's divisive, and that tribalist mentality should not be permitted in our society. Thank you.
I'm not going to stand with us. Folks still being politically correct, try to walk a fine line, not to alienate their other bases, not to be ostracized. And we understand where all of these sort of sound bites and red meat talking coming from. Let's go to the self-proclaimed so-called political gurus on this network, who is at point in time very decisive. Nobody knows his stand. He's involved in multitude, from Liberty Party now to Unity Party. What his name? The
CMC.
Kofa man. Now not Kofa. He now with the speaker. Yeah, he's the liberal. Before you come in here, I yet to understand the success, the end result of this CDC strategy. I'm not sure whether it's being protective of their candidate for future race, unknown race that we do not know yet, or we cannot just go all into it, unveil our guy so that he cannot be politically diminished. If at all he lifted someone's hands and that person doesn't win it, that is a political suicide in itself. What is a winnable candidate? But that's another version of testing here. But I just thought at this time, that's another way of saying the former president
popularity. Politics is always about giving back. When I do to you, you do it to me. And branding in politics, it does matter. I think at this point in time, either Gonglo were campaign team, and I'm surprised that listening to the chairperson, the fundings that needed to get the tax completed is still hanging here. Why they never reach a sort of political consolidation in order to have mounted pressure on this disrupted guy who has caused chaos in the lower house, and they are about to have him rewarded. This is the sickening thing with our politics of the Liberian society. So, like people that they buy, they always get reward, but yet we want to have a decent society. I don't know how the two things can work. This guy has caused the House of Representatives, the first branch of government, literally paralyzed. It is unsettled, which of course big guns are also aware that the other man on the other side of the wing who was walking fine line, his vice president is there, he going to Ghana, acting like nothing is happening. All of that is just a chaotic situation in the country. And, you know, here we are in this whole thing here. Now, put the cap on the head. Let's see here.
Mr. So, thank you very much. First thing I want to say to the audience again, thank you guys for tonight. We're still asking you for your help. See reason to help us out to move this station to the next place. We have all of these young people who are not asking for pay, but that they are over there going from place to place, bringing us news. Some of the things that we tried doing before, as Mr. So said before, we bought bike so that the young people be able to travel. And then for some reason, somebody decided with all the bikes in Monroe, they only wanted to rob LPR bike. And this is what we have. So those are some of the things that we're going to look into as well. But whatever help you can give us, we will appreciate it. And if we're short, we will do the best that we can to make sure we bring that up from our own as we usually do and we have done in the past. So again, I just want to ask all of you in this closing to say, please continue to help us. We will really, really do appreciate it. As you know, we're out here on this network every night and to make sure that we bring you what is happening, to give you a platform where you will be able to vent out, to give you a platform where you'll be able to express yourself freely. Even with the liberal and his saying he got a Chinese phone and what have you, you're still allowed to speak your mind freely. Let me now go.
No, they don't speak their mind freely.
Mr. So, the ball is on the floor, and I'm speaking as a ball. You got no saying in it. Now, let me go on to the liberal. Mr. So, you said something. I've always said that I am evolving. My evolving is not the same as CDC inapt behavior. Mr. So, when we come to these kinds of conversation, we have to be serious. I support Rescue 2's statement. I'm not in favor of what's his name, Kun, not Kun, but whatever Koka, the Nigerian man winning the election over there in Nima County. I don't support that. However, I'm being serious and I'm being pragmatic. They will not vote the Nima people, the people who in that place. Mana people not more than Gyo people. Let me speak the real English here. The Gyo people, they want to keep that seat. Go up and count down, they will keep it. Whether it's not producing anything for Liberia, whether it's not producing anything for Nima, that's not what they want. They will keep it. Kun went over there yesterday. The vice president went over there yesterday and told Prince Johnson, as though Prince Johnson was sitting in the chair, speaking to the spirit. This is how much that they're taking this serious to win this. And they're not doing, yes, there's just the dangers of it. They're not putting Coca in front because Coca got something better to offer than Manaware. No. It has nothing to do with ideas. It has nothing to do with improvement of people's life. is strictly based on tribes. That's it. You have Jeremiah who said, Manapio got senator, Giopio needs senator. What happened to the Crampio that left in Nimakana? They don't got no senator. What happened to the BM Daru? They don't got no senator. What happened to the Pelapio that left in Nimakana? They don't got no senator. This is ridiculous to the most. But that's what we have. Coca is going to win the election. You must stop it. The only thing you shouldn't do is to give it to him now. Go through the process. You already pay your money. You'll go through the election. Coca going to win the election. And Mr. So, I will be on here tomorrow. The liberal will be here again tomorrow. My idea is always the best. It's a liberal idea. And then I support the best of among us. President Wakai told us, I am coming to rescue you. The CDC put the Liberian people was so deep that the president is trying. You can scratch all your hair all you want. The liberal going to make a statement. The hole is so deep that President Waka is taking time to dig us out. But I will deal with this 80 billion, whatever $1 billion they're talking about. How can you call that kind of money when you got people among you that are so corrupt? You're going to bring that kind of money in Liberia and you think you're going to get development? You're bringing it for the young people to enrich themselves. I will deal with that tomorrow, Mr. So. The liberal is here and the liberal is not going anywhere. Samson told, and I'll say good night to you, Mr. So. As a CEO, please continue to do the work you're doing because we're paying you handsomely. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay. Just hold on. Somebody sent me a message. Okay. All right. I just did. Okay. Well, folks, that does it this evening. So I want to thank all of you, to our analysts, for your sessions, your views, your opinion, and more importantly, ANC. No. We're going home now. You coming?
But he part of you. He remain part of you. Remain part of you. That you can do business.
He was part of us.
I'm traveling, and at first, let me say thank you all so much for the great effort. I quickly, and add my voice to what you guys are doing. This is a water cause, and we encourage all to come on and help the show because LPL brings a lot to helping to clarify the issues that affect our people. And so I wanted to, chime in quickly. And then I had to sit in the back and wait for this man, this board chair, But as you can see, I think my network is also already very shaky, but I wanted to add my voice to say thank you all so much. I'm traveling, but definitely I will also make my contribution. And I encourage all to please come on board, to help us, because LPL brings a lot to help the process, especially in times like what we're discussing now, the elections
kidding me?
out of that. So thank you for the opportunity. I just want to say what's up to all. It is good to be seeing you tonight.
Okay, you heard a liberal here.
Why you want to watch? I'm supposed to be the last person to speak, and I'm done. They both finished speaking. Why are you going to bring somebody to obtain? You got to give me another 5 minutes.
Look, see how you operate. Typical African man.
I mean, if this is not abuse of power, CEO, I don't know what it is, but it's okay. He's
no different from Koga. I don't understand because there's a Koga, he must get it at all costs, and that's the same behavior. You see, he going in Nigeria, man. He more Nigeria. See a student he went. So I know that Koga that uncle. They Charlie more from.
But let's hear from Nambwe. We'll sit and wait.
Nambwe here. This is all about Liberia. Now, what is the real race here? But I still do not get the rationale of the strategy coming from the CDC. Politics, the presence of big political player is important. What is being protective of the former president here? If this former president are just going to like Ganta, San Quile, and what's the other big city there? Maybe Secret P.
and move with either Gonglo where in the streets, or even if we were to call behind closed door and say, hey, gentlemen, this is the only chance for the oppositions. We got to do it all cost. The unwillingness of Liberian politicians to make deals, to cut deals, to take risk, is horrible. It's terrible. Now, they will wait until after everything is done. Then they come to their senses, oh, we should have done this, when they should have avoided to have done everything possibly they can to avoid the crisis. I think if George Weah was to show out in his physical presence and stand before the crowd and say, hey, this is my candidate. Ide is the one that can really reconcile Anima. This left-hand guy has caused chaos in the first branch of government. Can't you people see? Why should we reward this guy? Nobody still is unable to define who Koga is, because they are not able to establish his true identity. Unity Party has capitalized on it. People have left Water and Sewer Corporation. They left the Lpr-Tv when they should be focusing bringing petroleum products and making sure how the market is stabilized. They're all in there.
You don't see
they put, you cannot be in 2-3 places at the same time. It's not possible. Your identity would not be felt.
You know, please forgive me because I think my connection might be lagging a little bit, but I'm just hearing you conclude. Let me just say this real quickly. On the face of what the CDC is doing, I look, counterintuitive, oxymoronic even, but I think there is some kind of strategies to this chaos. And I've said, I believe what the CDC is trying to do, I think they're playing a long game. They're putting the markers down in number. I think they're not very much interested in who wins. I believe I said that again on this very network. I mean, look, they have 9 senators in the Senate. The closest rivals are the CPP and the UP. Each of them have only 3 senators. So they have a huge majority. So whether Koga, or either wins or not, or Glenn wins, or Yellow wins, or any of the 3 candidates, they really couldn't care much. I think what they're really after is to put their chips down and call them in come 2029. And that's how I see it. Now, initially, that's what it looked like, but I'm a little confused now with the heavy-handed support that they seem to be finally giving to Ms. Gonglo, which I think will make the other 2 candidates now, I think, a little bit kind of jealous and concerned and say, wait a minute, you say, you were endorsing all 3 of us equally, but now it looks like there is more attention being given to one candidate than the rest of us. So I think that may have been a slip up. I don't know what the intentions are, but as to why the president is not in number, I think it plays to exactly the point that I made earlier, and that this is really a symbolic stand by the CDC. I don't think they mean much by this. They're just trying to place the chips and call them in when 2029 comes around. That's how I see it.
Not to relegate this conversation here, I think you inserted something very vital, and if I can get 30 seconds of each from all of you here. Now they say they were supporting all 3. They are twin father or twin mother. They don't want to make the outside child and the other inside child to feedback. Or you give financial resources to one of the children now, which of course the other child said, but wait a minute, they said because my mother is being divorced, my mother is no longer in the home, this is why I'm being treated like this. And this is where transgression vote comes in. They would have supported, they might end up getting mad. Some will end up getting mad, say, wait a minute. They said they were supporting, or how can they give our own candidate? Whether they give, nobody has spoken to that. But for discussion purposes, if they didn't, and we just only hearing or whatever going to CDC here, let me bring in the man who come from Liberia, enjoying the enjoyment state in him. Now, with this here, Keto, could that possibly even hurt Ide because they not give to Ide? They left the other 2, and those other their voters might go renegade to give their vote or end up giving it to the Shaolin monk.
Not actually. Look, it's a strategy. It's a strategy, regardless of what. Follow the follow the election campaign in my county. You find out that the intention for Garrison Yelu and the other candidates, apart from Edith, is to damage Koga's vote because they have been preaching the tribal politics in Nima County, especially the Gio tribe. They've been preaching that. Now, they say Nima vote one way. So when Prince Johnson say you go this way, left, they go left. Prince Johnson say you go right, they go right. Garrison Yellow in the race with the CMC candidate in the race will try to cut down that Gio vote that's
Thank
supposed to
you.
go to
Thank you. Thank you
Wesley.
so much. That's the same rhythm we've been hearing. It seems to be all of y'all went in chambers and the people anywhere you go, this is the chorus, this is the censor you should preach. And
But look at who topic who read it leading the race now. It's Elif. That's
uh,
it.
okay,
No,
so
that's not true. All of the polls
check it out.
contracted
Yeah,
so far
check this out, make it
clearly polls
quick.
Premier Koga in the race at the top. All the survey contracted so far.
Thank you so much. Check this out, the Reverend.
Yeah, Mr. Mr. Nangbe struck a very valid point. If you say you're supporting all three of the candidates, why you not giving money to all three of the candidates? Those candidates, the other two candidates are doing Jehovah Witness. They claim that they're doing Jehovah Witness campaign. You see, so I don't know if there's an Appeton that will come, or if there's a possibility maybe Appeton again.
Oh, another Appeton in mind. Yeah, that's a good one.
You never know. So we'll be waiting to see whether CDC strategy will work. They hope that the Appeton strategy will work in the process. If it does, and either win, that's fine.
Man, this Reverend is politically inclined. So, number your 30 second.
Thank you, CEO. I have to agree with the Reverend Terry. I think there are a lot of changes. There's always what they call here the October surprise, whatever it is. But I don't know if anything will happen. I know Mr. Ability has indicated on numerous occasions that Mark Blair might be an upset candidate in this race. So maybe there's some surprise there. But as to another Appleton, surprise vote getter, I don't know if that's gonna happen in the case of Nimba. But we'll see what happens on the 22nd. I know Miss Dongloware has gotten a lot of endorsements. And I think some of these endorsements they are good, but some of them could actually be an albatross around her neck. A lot of people are complaining about, some of the people who are stumping, the campaign trail for her. The Honorable Yega Kolba comes to mind. We'll see whether he is really going to turn out to be a plus for her or a negative. There's a lot of people who are expressing concern about, his usual, bombacity and language that he uses, So we'll see whether that's going to help her. But yeah, she has been able to bring, on her side a number of good candidates, and again, endorsement we all know, yeah, they sound nice and good for the, PRO, but whether they really turn out, to produce the votes, we don't know that, but we'll see.
Okay, Liberal, I'll be forced to bring this one here. I don't know if your eyes can see what I can see. The EULA train, the LPP or whatever here. I see here the title in the cause of the people. Who? Liberal, do you see that?
Mr. So, a 1%er always gravitate towards 1%er. There's no change in that. You heard Nabe talking about Musa ability, thinking the other guy will that 1% people. They don't see what right in front of them. Yeah, Mr. So the ULA people, they are not much. they don't really bring out the real politics in Liberia anymore. They don't. Because they over the years they have ruined their own reputation by getting to be president. And after that, you go to Liberia and one job. So people know then from that. But I think they like Nagbe and the other leaders now are trying to change that. Look at the kinds of issue that Nagbe and his people are getting involved.
Wait. Am I hearing a compliment to you? Is this the end of the word tonight? I mean, am I actually hearing a compliment from the liberal?
I'm surprised. Well, I just paused to listen, but I mean, because
no, but seriously, look at it. Look at the kinds of issues that they like Nagbe and the core leader of ULA that are getting involved in. These are issues that affects Liberians.
Thank you very much,
daily.
Liberal. I
And we
appreciate that.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you
We
very much.
appreciate that.
I really do.
Other than that, Mr. So, my time is up completely.
yes,
And I don't want. Good night, Mr. So. Good night. Good night.
okay, good. But before you go, Mr. Chairman, we want to just say a big thank you to all our viewers, followers, listeners, and people who still considering. Of course, before you give, you got to listen to what you give. I don't just get and put money into it. And for those who got the enough information and belief and that gave tonight, we want to really appreciate them. Let Mr. Moses Singway $100, and I'm Torita Soul. $150, Venetia Cover, $20, Wotan Keta, $100, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, $200, Terry Collins, $75, and Joseph Tamba, $40 just received in the total amount of $585. That's huge. That's significant.
Yeah.
On day one. That is huge. That is significant. And I'm sure more will come in. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that more gonna come is at the appropriate time. So we just want to thank our deepest appreciation to all of the donors tonight and those that still come. If you need more information before you put your dollar and cents, feel free to call us. We do appreciate it. But we have shown ourselves. I know my man Aliyu gonna come inside. They're still gonna come in. He opened it up the other day. Praise John Flomo. Aaron's gonna get back to all. Joy said it, and there are men and Fatu just texted me say Friday, but after Friday when I give my donation, I'm gonna break ring with the Liberal Progressive. Which is a very good thing. She coming on our side, which is a good thing. Frank, if this is the first time, so Mr. David Molbert, if this is the first time, we say thank you so much. Mami Kamara, and all of you, McDonald, thank you so much for being here. Folks, and Helen Paulina, our own national correspondent, still awake, is because this lady too wants to see the good of LPR. So just, Paulina, just tell your folks, tell the folks here, thank you for raising $585 on day one. That is significant. That is significant. And this is a strategy now. If all of us can just only by reaching out to one person each, and even get $20, $10, and to you, all of you that are listening, again, it's not just about the money. And I said we need power bank. We need digital recorders. We need unlike phone. Maybe you get extra laying down. If you give that as a donation, it will be used. If you want to buy it on your own, go ahead and buy it. And what we can do, maybe to make it much easier, we can just give you the address and ship to us here and things that we already want to send, and we just put everything together. So it's just not only money to it. The budget here, some of the things ask their materials and everything is embedded into it. So when you give that material, you just cut down the cost as well. Well, folks, we want to thank you so much for your time this evening. As usual, your contribution coming here 2 hours, that itself is significant. Thank you so much and have a pleasant night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Now
what a beautiful music here, right here this evening from neighboring to La Côte d'Ivoire. Let's support it. Let's give it a rally. Let's give it a happy hand so that it will survive as an institution for the good of the country. And we are so much deeply grateful to you, for those of you that took the lead this evening. And we do believe, obviously, more to come, believing in what we do. Ignore our Tabata, some of the ridiculous things coming from these analysts here. Don't mind them. That's who they are. They are politicians, and whatever they are protecting their own alligator. You will keep hearing that, but what matters is for us to have these conversations in fair, balanced, and proportionate settings, giving all sides to be heard. Not necessarily to insert ourselves into this national economy. We need to remove ourselves and give the conversation to you. We want to thank you so much. Think about it. If you have not, this is a serious thing that we try to do. This is why we work hard towards it, to set a page, to set a mark that we can eventually move. We'll continue to have this process. And like we said, if you need more information, you can call us on 682-433-8802 as well, LPR hotline, and we will talk to you. Donations can also be made in Liberia through SendWave, and people are following Liberia. You too, you can give $5, you can give $10. It doesn't matter, be a Liberian dollar, US dollar, whatever that you have. It doesn't matter, but the context in which it is given, that is more or less important. 0880-400-679. It's the same with number in Liberia with our coordinator, Mike Dan. Until then, the songwriters say, let's support it. Let's rally it around it. If you have a torch, if that fire doesn't go out, don't just throw it, because if you date, you're going to destroy the town, a village. Make sure it is off completely. Thank you so much. Happy Easter Sunday. And we hope to see you here. We pray for our country. We pray for the successful electoral process by elections in Liberia. Good night.
From what our guests will be waiting when they come to appear on their program. They will be here to wait on their time. And of course, we'll take you around, we'll take you in the building to show to you exactly what we see. Here will be used on our modern studio. We will be using this place as a modern studio. So if you, wherever you are, you want to help us, you can help us, Liberia Public Radio, whatever you have, computer, air conditioner, whatever device or devices you want to help us with, you are welcome. We look forward in working with you. We appreciate you for whatever help you're going to give us to bring this dream to reality. And of course, remember this will be the studio of Liberia Public Radio. So we move in the next place, and of course we will directly show you what is ongoing here. So this place will be used for manager's office. This place will be used for manager office, and manager will be here, manager office to discuss issues about Liberia Public Radio. And so Liberia Public Radio here, we have a lot of programs in Liberia. We have Inside Liberia Today, we have Sport World, we have a lot of programs that we will also bring to you on Liberia Public Radio. Be a follower, be somebody who is interested in one of our report, our information will give out. You are also welcome. You can also help us wherever you are, whatever you want to help us with. We appreciate you a lot, and of course we hope working with you for progress. Thank you so much, and we'll see if we can get out so you can see exactly what we're talking about Liberia Public Radio. So we're on the air every time, breaking to you happenings in Liberia. So this is the little quote. This is where we will come and say that discuss issues. You know, when intellectuals are together, then of course they discuss matter. And so we're taking the camera around the building so you can see exactly what it is. So this is a step. This is our New York office. Here you will be printing here Liberia Public Radio. And so those of you watching will know exactly what it is here. So you are welcome here. We are located at FDA Junction, and of course you take the dusty road going to the FDA authority, and of course you will get us. And we are just 1 minute to the main road, and so you will get us on full so we can do business together. So we'd like to say many thanks to you. We look forward in working with you as we open our new office. And of course, we also solicit your sponsorship. We solicit your sponsorship in kinds, in cash, whatever you're able to help us with to make this building look the way it's supposed to be as an office. And of course, we'd like to say thank you. God's willing, we'll be back again. We look forward in working with you. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Francois Zane, sort of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to thank you so much to our many viewers, listeners, and followers across the globe. We have said on this network consistently that we would love to ask you to help, but it must be a genuine and reasonable reason for which you should invest or give your dollar or cent. Well, we feel we have arrived at this point. We are pleased to announce to you this is our new facility, and we have done everything possible we can to get this roll out. In this venture, to make news fair, balanced, and proportional, join us. Your help is needed now.
I want to thank you so much for hanging in there. We have reached a consequential time for the survival of this network. And to the rest of the folks that came on board, all of you, your commitment cannot be questioned. You are not on salary. You have not been paid. And sometimes I feel bad when you ask for a little $20, $10 just to get to time, and I'm unable to give it. It is not on purpose, but I want to say thank you for all what you have done. And to our many viewers, listeners, followers, relatives, friends, I am pleased to announce that Liberia Public Radio, not the first time, but we do have an office space now to operate as a network. LPR is a fully registered media network in the USA and in Liberia, but extensions with our bureau in Abidjan as well. We intend to engage aggressively in a safer context, making conversation fair, balanced, and proportional to all sides, all politicians, all demographic, in terms of keeping the conversation fair and balanced. Media, maintaining media is very costly, but we chose to do what we are doing. And so we have come to a point where your interventions is required. I'm going to outline 3 major basic points for which we are asking for this money. You know, I've been very consistent, very steadfast in things that I want to be doing and being very careful. And we refused, not that we never wanted money, but we felt that we didn't have the argument, we didn't have the point to prove why you should give me $10, $20, or $15. But now we feel we do have the argument. We just took an office space, 2 rooms, big sitting place, bathrooms, and everything. We intend to conduct trainings and as well. 1,800 for the month. That is for the year. We have settled that literally 90%. We intend to have 15 correspondents throughout the political subdivisions of our country. No one should be left behind in this sort of time, modern age that we are in. We have to reach out to the people. Morovia, Banga, that's not Auto Liberia. What's about rural Liberia? What's about urban Liberia? There are so many stories, social, economical, political, infrastructure, agriculture, health, all involved. We have to take the microphone to those people to tell us the real story. And it is you can do it. This Sunday, we'll launch an official fund drive to sustain anything Lpr. We have a budget of 15,000 and submitted by our team inside Liberia. And it was submitted in a very honest fashion. We are reviewing it, thanks to the need and how to get started. However, some of those things can be interchanged with your gesture in terms of what you want to do or we want to do. You can donate iPhone, Android, tablet, iPad, computers, cameras, power bank, and all of that. They are all embedded into it. We have a monthly internet. I try to be a little bit details, given the reason why your help is needed. The approximate cost is $125 a month. Over 4 years, we have been keeping that because we knew and we wanted to make sure that our obligations are fulfilled. And that is still being kept. It has to be restored. So, this Sunday, to all our fans, our viewers, our listeners, family members, people that agree and disagree with us, the donations is needed. Let's sustain Lpr. Catch Zelle 682-433-8802. And I can tell you,
I just want